Yeah, let's get it poppin'. James 4th, I'm back. We back, big city. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve. Boys, James IV, that's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap, no cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screen. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Nah, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SPD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. I'm James 4th, I'm back, we back, big city. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve. Boys, James IV, that's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap, no cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screens. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Nah, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SPD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Yes, yes, yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, K-Sap. What up, what up, what up? Everybody welcome in, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Once again, man, my son forced me to go live once again tonight. Shout out to my son, M. Sap, for forcing me to go live. But I'm here. Y'all see the title of the show, man. Y'all see the title of the show. Y'all told me, didn't y'all tell me that Brittney Griner was washed? Didn't y'all tell me that she was done, that she need to retire with Diana Taurasi? That's all I heard. BG is a serviceable big, and she flat out gets it done. Y'all told me that Brittney Griner was washed. And I told y'all that Brittney Griner was going to help out the Atlanta Dream. And the Atlanta Dream, yeah, they controlled the game. They made it close at the end. Caitlin Clark got the cooking in the last couple minutes of the game when the Atlanta Dream had a 89-80 lead. And Caitlin Clark came down, hit a little jumper. Then she had a couple assists to mix it in. But Stephanie White, man, she's a good coach, man. And I've said this last year. What Stephanie White did in the last 2 minutes of the game where she was taking Caitlin Clark out of the game, substitution, offense for defense, that's the signs of a good coach. She knows Caitlin's weakness. And we got to give it to Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard, she came out cooking early. But nah, y'all told me that Brittney Griner was overrated. Didn't y'all tell me Brittney Griner was washed up? That's all I heard when she signed with the Atlanta Dream. I said she gonna help them. But Ryan Howard, she elite. And they did all this without Jordan Canada. They did all this without their point guard. They did all this without their point guard. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody that's in the building. Make sure when y'all come in, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Please hit the like button, man. Don't do your boy dirty. Hit the like button, support the channel, send the super chats. Let's rock and roll. This is one of them that was an impressive game, man. You know, shout out to the Indiana Fever, man. Shout out to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston, you know, she heard the rumblings over the summer. She heard the rumblings. So, you know, everybody, when she was in Unrivaled, talking about, you know, she was a little, you know, she needed to lose a little weight, get in shape. I think that's what she did because she is out there doing her thing, man. So kudos to Aaliyah Boston, man. But I gotta say something, man. I remember when DeWanna Bonner made them comments, and I said I ain't got no problem with what DeWanna Bonner said. But DeWanna Bonner got to show face, man. Y'all need to be saying in these first two games is DeWanna Bonner is the one that's washed. But y'all told me that Brittney Griner was washed. Y'all told me Brittney Griner was washed, man. Brittney Griner came out there and did her thing tonight, man. Yeah, she might have lost a step or two, but Brittney Griner is still dominant down on that low post, man. You know, she put in 21 points, 8 rebounds. And you know, Brittney Griner being at 6'7", she's never been a major big-time rebounder, but she still gets rebounds, and she gets rebounds when she needs it. Yeah, she committed a bonehead foul at the end where she fouled out. But when she was on the court, she was dominant, man. 21 points in 31 minutes. She was 8 of 13 from the field. And the thing about it is when she got fouled, she went to the foul line and she made her foul shots. But Ryan Howard, man, hey, she came out on a heater. She came out on a heater. And, you know, she shot 13 threes. She was 4 of 13 from three-point range. But at one point, she hit like 2 back-to-back. She was on a heater. And Pow, you know, I think she needs a little bit more minutes. Got to give Pow a little bit more minutes and stuff like that. But to go into Indiana, an Atlanta Dream without your point guard, Jordan Canada, and you pull off this win, regardless if it's by 1 or 100, you know what I'm saying? And they did what they were supposed to do. I see everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Fast, shout out to Andre, shout out to ADP, Miss Goody Two Shoes, Cut the Ish. I see a great job on calling the game, Cut the Ish. Jay Davis, yeah, Caitlin Clark missing free throws. Aaliyah Boston missed that free throw. I see you, Andre. I see you, Hog Boss. I see you, Skull Brain Nation. I see you, Wilson Maid. I see some new faces in the chat. Kill Illuminati 77, Revenue T, what's up, sis? Andre, Chicago Cheetah, Glamour, Islands, Dolls, Dexter. I see everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you for pulling up, supporting the channel. But, man, I'm here to talk about it, man. We talking basketball, man. Y'all told me that Brittney Griner was washed. What is she going to do for the Atlanta Dream? Didn't y'all tell me that? Y'all told me that. But now, when I talk, it's asinine, right? I see you, Team Shanero. Yeah. But I will say this, man. That was a great game to watch. Great environment in Indiana again. But the way Atlanta played, if they play like that all season long, I know they 1-1 now. They lost their first game, but to bounce back and get a big win on the road, I don't care if it's only game 2. They can be something that can be reckoned with in the WNBA, man. If Ryan Howard keeps playing the way she's playing and Brittney Griner keeps playing the way she's playing, we got to respect this Atlanta Dream team. We got to respect it. Coach did a great thing, you know what I'm saying? But, it's fact, Stephanie White, she did some great coaching down the stretch. She knows. See, that's the thing about it, man. When your coach knows your personnel and knows your strengths and your weaknesses. And I've always said this, and I said this last year, the things that Christy Sides didn't do. And a lot of the Indiana Fever fans was mad about or upset or not upset. They kept Caitlin Clark in the game too much, and they didn't take her out to benefit the team for team wins, right? Because when I've always said, this goes back to 2016 on how Steve Kerr coached Steph Curry, offense for defense, get him out of the game when it's like a 2 or 3 possession game and you need a stop. That's what you do. And Stephanie White showed that she's not going to cater to Caitlin Clark, and she's going to get her out of the game because it's going to benefit the team. And she took her out of the game, when it counted most on the defensive end. So I thought that was great coaching. Smoke. I mean, when I say great environment, man, the fans, it was packed again. And, Atlanta went in there and did what they did. You ain't going to catch me slipping. So that goes on the notion that Stephanie White believes defense wins games. Tiffany and company, I agree with that. You can't be an MVP candidate if you're a defensive liability. And Stephanie White knows that she's a liability because it was a one possession game, and you take out your best offensive player and substitute her out for defense because she was getting cooked. Everybody already knows she's a cone, but she was getting cooked. And the thing about it is they didn't even have Ryan Howard. I mean, didn't even have Jordan Canada, the head of the snake. You know what I'm saying? Alicia Gray, she was getting what she wanted. Brittney Griner down there dominating. Brianna Jones. And that's what I'm saying. When you got a team like that, you got four of your players that's in the starting rotation in double figures, led by Brittney Griner with 21, and then Brianna Jones had 19. And then you top it off with Alicia Gray, 16. Pow only had 3, but, Tina Pow, she's going to be Pow. She just needs a little bit more minutes. But they really didn't have Naz Hillman. She came off the bench, only had 3. They really didn't have, nobody coming off the bench. But the bench did contribute with 12 points. But see what Atlanta Dream did and what the Chicago Skies failed to do is Atlanta shot 42% from the field. Yeah, they shot tumultuous from three-point land because they was 8 of 30, but they hit the timely threes when they needed it, right? And that's the difference, man. But once again, like I told y'all, Kelsey Mitchell, when the road gets rough and the rubber starts burning, Kelsey Mitchell going to take that big shot. Kelsey Mitchell, she had 24. Aaliyah Boston had 24. Caitlin Clark led them with 27. She had 11 assists. Her turnovers are down. She had 3 turnovers. She shot 9 of 20 from the field. Kelsey Mitchell was most effective outside of Aaliyah Boston shooting 9 of 13. And Aaliyah Boston, she had a double-double, 24 and 10. But that's going to be overshadowed in the loss because that's all they're going to talk about is Caitlin Clark, 27 and 11. But I just think, man, a lot of people saying that, this Indiana Fever team might be a little bit overhyped right now. But they was missing a lot of free throws, man. A lot of free throws when it mattered. They was missing it. But, hey, it is what it is. That's the game of basketball. It's all about misses. But, ain't nobody going to point to that, the Fever missed a lot of free throws. They don't want to talk about that. But if it was a layup, they would talk about it. You see how they do that? You see how they do that? But that goes to show you that Defense wins championships because Stephanie White is a defensive-minded coach, and she got Caitlin Clark out of the game when they needed to get a stop, and they still couldn't get the stop. So that's going to be interesting moving forward the course of the season when the game is close. Is Stephanie White going to continue to take Caitlin Clark out of the game? And I'm glad that when Aaliyah Boston made that foul shot, that Atlanta didn't call timeout. They just pushed the ball up the court. You see what I'm saying? So even though, Caitlin Clark was out of the game, if Kelsey Mitchell is going to be your best defender and you still get cooked and you foul and you send Howard to the line, then you're going to have a problem in close games when you need to get a stop. Who's going to be your defensive stopper? Back in the days when DeWanna Bonner was playing, DeWanna Bonner was the defensive stopper for the team, but she's lost a step. And like I said, if you're going to get this version of Brittney Griner every game, teams are going to have a problem with the Atlanta Dream. Yeah. So I just think in this situation, I don't want to hear no Indiana Fever fan or no Caitlin Clark supporter talking about Stephanie White. Stephanie White did everything she could do to try to win that game, and I don't want to have the blame on Stephanie White. Stephanie White did what she was supposed to do, and I don't want nobody blaming Natasha Howard for missing that last shot. Why didn't they draw the play up for Caitlin Clark? Why come she didn't take the last shot? I've always told y'all, it's almost like Gizmo. She don't want that smoke at the end. I'm just keeping it a buck. Y'all know I keep it a buck. I see everybody in the chat, man. Make sure, do me a favor. Stop what you're doing right now, man. Drop a like on the video, man. Please drop a like on the video, please. And welcome all the new people that's in the chat, man. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for the love and the support that y'all show me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, things happen along the way, and we got to deal with a lot of things, man. But like my wife told me, delayed but not denied. Delayed but not denied. Some things happen. I don't want to talk about it right now. Things have been delayed but not denied. Things have been delayed but not denied. I don't want to talk about it right now. So, we're going to move on from that. I just wanted to put that out in the air. Y'all can read between the lines if you want. But, yeah, nasty work. Delayed but not denied. Hey, shout out to Paper Sack Brown for the $20 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Says, salute, KSAP. Looking forward to a great W season 2025. Still rocking with you. Keep the great work. I appreciate you, Paper Sack Brown. It really means a lot. Appreciate all the love and support. Tim, I totally agree with what you're saying. The loss wasn't on Howard or White. It was on the team. We started out with no enthusiasm, caught up in the end, but it wasn't enough. Atlanta played great. That's what I'm saying, Tim. I just wanted to put that out there, the disclaimer out there. If Indiana Fever fans are going to blame Stephanie White or Howard for missing the last shot, then we know what type of fan base Indiana Fever has. Because Stephanie White did everything in her power when Indiana caught up. She did everything that a normal coach do, signs of a great coach. They do offense for defense, and they got Caitlin Clark out of the game. Because if you look at how that game started out, and Wody Mack, I gotta give you some pushback because you said Caitlin Clark, the first game against Chicago, she was playing excellent defense. So what about tonight? So do you want to walk back on that statement? Do you want to retract that statement where you said Caitlin Clark plays exceptional? She played exceptional defense. So, Wody Mack, I love to hear from you on that, man. I love to hear you on that, man. You said the first game that Caitlin Clark's defense got better. What did you see tonight? Talk to me. Talk to me, Wally Mack. Wally Mack, don't go silent on me now. Let's talk about the defense you said that Caitlin Clark improved in. What did she show you tonight? You know how that is. You know how that is, Miss Goody Two Shoes, man. I'm glad you pointed that out. Brittney Griner and Brittany Jones had a combined 16 free throw attempts. Angel and Camilla 4. What's up, Lady Jade? What's up, my sis? But Wody Mack sat here and lied to y'all and said Caitlin Clark's defense got better. That's right, Tony G. Are y'all gonna hold Wody Mack accountable? I don't care if you move your feet, you're still getting blown by. Anybody can move their feet. Brittney Griner still moves her feet, but she lost a step. She's a little slow. Marvin Jackson, that's what we talked about. Signs of a great coach. Took out Caitlin Clark at the end. Atlanta does have a great coach, Oakland Trap House. I see there's a lot of deflections in the chat, man. I see people doing a lot of deflecting. We can't be doing that. What's up, baby girl? Lady Jade. Tulip, they doing a lot of deflection, man. Nah, Tim Johnson, I'm not on CC's neck. I'm on Wody's neck. I'm not on CC's neck. I'm on Wody's neck. This has nothing to do with CC. This has everything to do with what Wody Mack said in his observation, and he was off. That's all I'm saying. I mean, anybody can go out there and get some cardio. That's why Stephanie White saw it fit to get her ass off the court. That's all I'm saying, Tim. It ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. This is directed toward Wody Mack. That's all I'm saying, Tim. So don't come in here making it about Caitlin Clark. Let's make it about Wody Mack. So y'all got to understand and pay attention to some of the chat that be coming through. Some of the things that be saying, and you just got to bookmark that stuff. That's all. You know, I was hard on Aaliyah Boston doing Unrivaled, and she's making me eat humbled French fries right now. Because these first two games, Aaliyah Boston is playing like Aaliyah Boston at South Carolina. Aaliyah Boston is balling out in these first two games. Right now, Aaliyah Boston has been their best player. Aaliyah Boston has been their best player. She got down there and mixed it up with Bree Jones and Brittney Griner. So I'm going to take my humble pie. I'm going to eat my humble fries. Because I said Aaliyah Boston was out of shape. And she proved me wrong. And Boston, she balling her ass out. So you got to tip your cap when it's time to tip your cap, guys. And I'm tipping my cap. That's ADP. You notice my fries, man? I had to eat. I had to take a business phone call, and it took me a while, and I didn't get nothing to eat. So, you know, there's some things that I got to take care of on my end. Got to get some things notarized. I got to get with my attorney. Like I said, delayed but not denied. Yeah, Bonner and Howard washed. I ain't going to say Bonner and Howard washed. Howard played pretty good, but Bonner She had 0 points. She had as many points as me and the people in the chat had tonight. 0. 0. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all owe me an apology because I said Brittney Griner was going to pay big dividends for the Atlanta Dream. And I still can't get that respect. Wody, stop that, man. Wody. She getting off brand rebounds because everybody else is boxing out and the balls are just all over the place and she hustling to the ball. So Wody Mack, I'm gonna give you one more chance to walk back what you said about her defense. Did she improve on her defense? That's all I'm asking. It's either a yes or no. Did she improve on her defense? Cut the ish. Where you at? Where you at, Cut the Ish? Wody Mack told us after the game between Chicago and Indiana that somebody had improved defense. Cut the Ish. Do you remember somebody told us that number 22 had improved defense? Now he walked back and said she's average now. Man, I just don't understand it, Wody Mack. I mean, what are you watching, Wody Mack? What are you watching, Wody Mack? Really? It just goes back to last year when everybody gave Christy Sides all the grief for every time that they lost, man. This team went down as a team. And you can't blame and you can't blame Howard. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame Howard. But when you're looking at what Indiana Fever did, they had 3 people 20 points plus, and they still took an L. I don't care if they only lost by 1 and it came down to the last shot. Atlanta Dreams controlled this game. They controlled the game, the whole game. Atlanta Dream, the first quarter, they jumped out 31-23. Atlanta Dream won the first and the fourth quarter where it was important. Get off to a hot start, like Tim said. Indiana came out lackluster. Atlanta jumped on them. When you win the first quarter and you win the all-important fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? And the thing, I mean, they won the first quarter and the third quarter. And they had a stranglehold on the game with 2 minutes left, and they up 9. Yeah, Indiana made a run, but they just couldn't get over the hump. And when they tied the game up, when Brittney Griner fouled out, and then Aaliyah Boston, you go to the foul line, you got to make them foul shots, man. That's the difference. When you get to the free throw line, you got to make them shots. And it wasn't just Aaliyah Boston missing free throws. You know what I'm saying? She only missed 1. But, Caitlin Clark missed 2. You know what I'm saying? You miss them in crucial times where you need them. And the difference was when Ryan Howard got fouled at the end, she converted her 2 free throws. And that's the difference. Now Atlanta gets back on defense, gets set, because they called Indiana called the timeout to advance the ball. That was the advance the ball timeout. And Atlanta had a chance to set their defense up. And Atlanta set their defense up, and they got to stop. They got to stop. Y'all got to stop letting Wody do this, man. We got to hold Wody accountable. Hey, it's not about Christy Sides, Tim Johnson. Them Christy Side days is done, man. We're not looking at Christy Sides no more, man. Christy Sides can't help y'all, man. She's out the building, man. Y'all got a new coach, man. It's a new coach in the building, man. You got to respect it. I apologize for eating on camera, guys. But I had to get something to eat, man. I've been tied up all evening, man. Terrible. Yeah. Tim Johnson. So don't do that, man. That's let's keep Christy Sides out of this one. I just was making a statement earlier, but you ain't got to keep bringing it up. Pinky said, keep it real. It's one game tonight, and the Dream was the better team tonight. Fever ain't coming out flat every game, so Atlanta need to be grateful for the night. Bookmark this. Next game. Well, y'all got the Atlanta Dream next game. Let's see how that goes. But I will say this, man. You see what they're trying to do. Indiana Fever got 3 straight games at home to start the season. And they funny. They funny. Yeah, they got the Dream again. Yeah, the Fever lost at home, man. But we got to keep it 100, guys. We got to keep it 100, man. That was a good game, though. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all watched the game and it was an exciting game to watch. Just put a 1 in the chat, man. Put a 1 in the chat. Yeah. So that means everybody agreed with that. And y'all do me a favor, man. Go over on the playback and watch Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports on the players. I mean, I can't say the players over there at the players' place. Go watch over at that trap joint. Go watch the playback. She called a great game. Also, man, hey, quiet as kept. A'ja Wilson dominated tonight. Y'all. A'ja Wilson dominated tonight. So we can't left that unsaid either. We can't watch that unsaid either. They dominated. A'ja Wilson is still dominating. She still looked like the best player in the WNBA. And A'ja Wilson is almost like Roy Jones. That song we said, y'all must have forgot. See, everybody forgot about A'ja Wilson. Raging Troy said, I only watched the last 3 minutes of the Fever game. Now, it was a great game to watch, man, on NBA TV. It was a great game to watch, man. Yeah, Marvin Jackson, I do agree with that. But at that particular time, I think Atlanta had a stranglehold on the game. And then Indiana started pushing the ball. They called that timeout. And, Indiana started pushing that ball. And, Brittney Griner did miss two bunnies, but they held on. Tim Johnson, I see what you're trying to do, Tim Johnson. Y'all keep your eye on Tim Johnson. You see what he's trying to do? You see what he just wrote? He said, K-Sap, A'ja dominated in the first game as well, but caught the L. You see what he's trying to do? You see what Tim is trying to do? You see what Tim is trying to do? Did y'all peep that? Tim is trying to deflect and move the goalposts, and basically what he's saying is she dominated, but she caught the L. You see what Tim trying to do? I got you, Tim. I respect that though. Y'all see what Tim is trying to do, man. Y'all keep an eye on Tim. You got to hold him accountable, man. I can't, Tim, you didn't even have to make that statement, man. Why did you make a statement like that, Tim? What was the purpose? Yeah, Tim, I peep you. I see what you're trying to do. Faz, you see what he's trying to do? Y'all keep an eye on my man Tim Johnson from Germany. That's how they act over there, man. He's over there secluded, man. He can't get out the hole. Yeah. But overall, man, that was a good game, man. That was a good game. Yeah, he ain't slick, Marvin Jackson. You see what he tried to do, man. You see what he tried to do. But other than that, man, that was a great game, man. But I just, y'all guys, man, bookmark this, man. Bookmark this one for me. Because y'all told me over the summer when we talked about the acquisitions and Brittney Griner leaving Phoenix and she went to Atlanta, and what I said about Brittney Griner, and a lot of people was talking about Brittney Griner in the Unrivaled League. Y'all told me that she was washed and done. Y'all told me she was washed and done. Didn't y'all tell me Brittney Griner was washed and done, man? And y'all let Brittney Griner turn the clock back tonight. Even if it was only for one night. She did it against the team that we wanted her to do it against. And that was the Indiana Fever. And she turned the clock back. She turned the clock back. She turned the clock back. Hey, don't y'all agree that Brittney Griner turned the clock back? Yeah, fast. Only if it was just for one night. Only if it was one night. She did it against the team we wanted her to do it against, and that was the Indiana Fever. She turned the clock back. Nah, Wody Mac, I don't want to hear nothing about Jewell Loyd. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Everybody told me that Jewell Loyd was washed up as well. Everybody told me that too. I got a lot of flack for wanting Jewell Loyd to be a part of the Chicago Sky. I got a lot of flack about that. But she's over there with an Aces team. She's over there with an Aces team. And Jewell Loyd is still being Jewell Loyd. Jewell Loyd dropped in 20 tonight, 7 of 14 from the field, 6 of 9 from three-point range. But y'all told me I'm the bad guy. Y'all told me that Jewell Loyd was washed. Come on, man. ADP, I keep all receipts. Y'all told me that Jewell Loyd was washed, that she don't have it no more. And I told y'all about the Jewell Loyd situation out there in Seattle. I told you it was time for her to move on. She needed a fresh start. She needed a fresh start. And she dropped in 20 tonight as they dismantled the Connecticut. But y'all told me. Thank you, ADP. ADP, you know the receipts that I have. Y'all know the receipts that I have, man, but I just be talking. Thank you, Revenue, too. They wrote the Gold Mamba off, man. Nobody wanted to hear it. Nobody wanted to hear nothing about Jewell Loyd. They said that she couldn't come to the Aces and play alongside of Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray. And she proved y'all wrong tonight. But y'all told me she was done, that she was washed up. Y'all wanted to put the numbers out last year on what she had. She averaged 19, and y'all said that was a bad season. Jewell Loyd can still go. She can still go, man. Y'all got to stop that, man. Man, y'all should be donating to the channel all the gems I'm dropping tonight. I don't always drop these gems for free. Tulip plays. I understand the efficiency is her issue, but when you still giving you 20 points and 25 points at any given time with bad efficiency, that tells you a lot, man. She's a flat-out baller, man. Kobe wasn't the most efficient player. Come on, man. Kobe wasn't the most efficient player. But y'all praised him. Why come y'all can't praise the Gold Mamba? Kobe gave her that name. I don't care about less pressure. Tiffany and Cole, what I'm saying is people said that she was washed up. People said she was done. She didn't have it in her tank. They was talking about her season last year with Seattle. And I told people she was checked out. She was ready to go. She wanted a new home, man. She wanted a new home. But y'all said that she couldn't play alongside of Jackie Young because they played a similar style of game. But it looks like, man, that's a well-oiled machine tonight. Even though they took that L to the New York Liberty came out, the emotions was riding high. They got the ring, and New York Liberty did what they had to do. See, guys, look, I'm not going to let y'all do that, man. I'm not going to let y'all do that. Y'all talking about just because she's playing with A'ja Wilson is less pressure. Numbers are numbers, man. Women lie, men lie, stats don't, man. Shout out to my man Brandon Sleep for the $5 super chat. Jim's cost.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar.
Appreciate you, Brandon. That's what ESPN gonna do. That's why I caught Tim with his comment about A'ja Wilson. ESPN highlighted CC even in the loss. They have her side by side with BG. One highlight for Aaliyah Boston. That's what they gonna do. The machine is alive and well, guys. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention, man. That's what we talking about, Marvin Jackson. She was injured last year, but still averaged 19, man. Like I've always said, men lie, women lie, stats don't, man. Yeah, you can put up the efficiency numbers, man, but she still is a bona fide scorer, man. She's a bona fide bucket. She can get any bucket she want. But now everybody want to say, oh, she's playing with A'ja Wilson. There's less pressure. Jewell Loyd ain't never had no pressure on her. She ain't never had no pressure on her. She ain't never had no pressure on her. Wody Mac, stop, man. Wody Mac, sometimes Wody Mac, you got to stop, man. I think you just be typing, man. A pair of lips to say anything. I think you just want to say anything, man. Stop that, Wody Mac. Appreciate you, Paper Sack Brown. Yeah, I'm back. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people said they didn't want Jewell Loyd in Chicago, man. There's a lot of people in the chat that said that. I know who you are. Reddick Milky Way said, Wody, get off your knees, man. Yeah, they look. They didn't expect the Atlanta Dream to come in there and do what they did, and they didn't even have Jordan Canada. They didn't even have the point guard that I like. I like me some Jordan Canada. But y'all got to stop that, man. Y'all told me that Brittney Griner was done. Y'all told me that Jewell Loyd was done. Can't get no love, man. Hey, y'all got on me last. All y'all Indiana Fever fans got on me about Kelsey Mitchell and all that. Kelsey Mitchell is their defensive stopper. Told y'all that. She played good defense until she wrapped Howard up at the end. Yeah. King Pisces Nathan, that had nothing to do about that. I'm talking about King Pisces, don't do that to me, man. I'm giving you a comparison when they talked about Jewell Loyd's efficiency. Kobe Bryant wasn't the most efficient player, but he was a flat-out killer. He was a flat-out scorer. That's all I'm trying to say, man. Stop. Y'all got to stop mixing my words up, man. Pay attention, man. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Y'all got to stop that, man. Andre said, I knew they was going to turn on Bonner. See, it is what it is, man. I ain't got to deal with it. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Bonner had 0 points. If the fan base turns on her, they're going to turn on her. They're going to turn on her. The fan base going to turn on her. Let the fan base turn on her. Let them deal with that. Let them deal with that. That's all I'm saying. Let them deal with that. And I see Wody Mac's girl Sophie Cunningham got a bad ankle. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, if they turned on her, hey, let them deal with that. Let them Indiana Fever fans deal with that, man. That's how they do. They flippers. They flippers. King Python, I just gave Kobe Bryant his just due, man. What else you want me to say? Rest in peace to the Black Mamba, man. What else do you want me to say? I just gave Kobe Bryant his just dues, his propers. I said Kobe Bryant was a flat-out killer, a flat-out scorer. But when we was talking about efficiency, because everybody talking about Jewell Loyd's efficiency, I made the reference that Kobe wasn't the most efficient player, but he was a flat-out scorer. Man. Shout out to my girl Reddick Milky Way for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar. Said hit the like button and subscribe. Also fever loss. Hey, y'all do me a favor. Stop what you're doing right now. Please stop what you're doing right now. And give the video a thumbs up, man. Don't do your boy that way, man. We got over 200 people in the building watching, man. We got to get them likes up. Andre Edwards, you can't be serious right now. Are you serious right? They turning on the coach for benching Caitlin? Oh, come on, man. That's asinine. Hey, great point, Lance Poindexter. Great point. Carmilla needs to play just like Bree Jones. She should take notes from Bree. Made Boston look so bad, and Bree is slower and shorter. Yeah. Tulip, man. That's a good one. Flagrant foul, the like button. That's a good one, Tulip. We're going to archive that one. Flagrant foul, the like button. Yeah, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Sorry, guys. I'm being very unprofessional. Hey, I'm being very unprofessional. Sorry. Hey, don't hold that against me. I'm sorry, ADP. I'm being very unprofessional, man. That's not like me. I'm being very unprofessional. That's not in me. Somebody said now they want the fish sandwich. Very unprofessional. Y'all please don't hold this against me, man. I'm being very unprofessional. Dag, somebody said Sophie kicked it with the Phoenix executive with a bad ankle. Yeah. Nah, that's not the Angel Reese special, man. I got me a fish sandwich, man. Got me a fish sandwich tonight. I needed to put something on my stomach, man. I was on a phone call for about 2.5 hours. Man, look. What's understood don't have to be explained, Wody. That's why I can eat on camera. It don't have to be explained. And I'm loving it. Yeah. But all in all, man, I just like what I see from the start of this WNBA season. And that's what it needs to be. We need to get back to, talking basketball. We need to get back to talking basketball. And this is what we do. But Fever live and die with the Golden Goose. Yeah. Yeah. So, other than that, Tulip, it's been very, it's going to be a very competitive season, man. It's going to be some teams that are going to do some things that we never thought. And like I said, everybody building Indiana up to be this powerhouse, but other teams got better as well. I could see that possibly happen, Tony G. I could possibly see that happen. Pinky. When people notice the obvious stuff, I know that last set wasn't meant for Howard. I think it's the way Atlanta set their defense up. Because when Stephanie White called the timeout to get the possession, at half court, I would have never used that timeout. I'd have just brought the ball up the court after the free throws. You still had 9 seconds left. You had enough time to, get the ball in bounds and come down, court going downhill. But what happened was that gave a chance for Atlanta to set their defense up, and they muckied up the waters. Comments like this: Sky haven't won a game yet. They only played one game. So what kind of comment is that? They only played one game. They only play. Well, here they come. Here they come. Here they come. That person must have came from the Pope channel or Adrian Ross channel or Rudy channel or Ben Daniels channel or Mick Talk Hoops. Here they come. They see that. They see KSAP live, man. Let's go over here and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, Gamble. That's what they do, Gamble. See, that's the problem I have, man. When we talking about what went on in the Atlanta Dream game against Indiana and what the Aces did and what Jewell Loyd did, how does the Chicago Sky come in the equation? Woo! Boy. See that goes to show that the Fever fans' feelings are hurt. They're gonna throw that up in there every time. The Fever took an L tonight, but now they want to go back a couple days talking about, well, they beat the Chicago Sky by 35. That game is done, man. That game is done. The Fever have lost many games at the Chicago Sky. One. So what is your point? What is your point? Whew, boy, you can't make this stuff up, man. I don't know if half of y'all go back and watch some of the things that be transpiring in the chat. Because, man, it's kind of diabolical. It's kind of diabolical, man, that some of y'all, do y'all even watch y'all's chats? And that's what I'm saying. Do y'all even watch y'all's chats or listen to what y'all say? Yeah. You come in here talking about the Chicago Sky, and this ain't even about the Chicago Sky. We talking basketball, man. We talking about the WNBA. We talking about what game transpired tonight. We talking about what the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream did tonight and what we saw in that game. And somebody comes in the chat and want to bring the Chicago Sky up. We know it's the WNBA season now. See, that's what happens, man. Fever fans, y'all got to stop that, man. We welcome y'all to the chat, man, but y'all got to stop that, man. Just stop it. Yeah. It feels like beating the Sky is their Super Bowl. They were supposed to beat the Sky. But that's what they do. They come in here and deflect, man. They don't want to talk about the matter at hand that, the Fever took a loss. They just took a loss, man. They got beat by the better team in the Atlanta Dream. And the Fever got a chance to run it back against Atlanta on Thursday. K-Sap, every time someone shows Caitlin Clark deficiencies in a game that doesn't have anything to do with Angel in the Sky, they get Angel in the Sky living rent-free. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We can't even talk about the game of basketball, and we can't talk about the players because this is what happens. But, hey, it is what it is, man. Everybody saw the game. They saw what they had to see. They saw that was a fun game. That was a very competitive game. And the Atlanta Dream held on and beat the Indiana Fever 91-90. And what we saw in that game was obvious that when the Indiana Fever needed to get a stop, they took Caitlin Clark off the floor. They took Caitlin Clark off the floor because what is that coach trying to? The coach is trying to send a message that you got to work on your defense if you want to be in the game. And just like Tulip said, to be an MVP candidate, you got to play defense as well. You got to play defense as well. You can't hide the cone every time. You can't, and I know teammates probably get upset and pissed off that you have to hide that. Hey, shout out to Paper Sack Brown for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Appreciate that. Shout out to Mama Hill for the $5 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Mama Hill. But that's what I'm saying. Like Stephanie White, I love her as a commentator too when she be calling some of the NBA games. She's a basketball head. She knows the X's and O's. She knows what it takes to win. And she did what benefited the team. Get Caitlin Clark out the game when the game mattered, when you needed a stop. So you put your best perimeter defender out there and Kelsey Mitchell. But Kelsey Mitchell, to me, she played solid defense. And then she panicked when Ryan Howard got in the paint and she wrapped her up and sent her to the foul line. If she wouldn't have put that left hand around her and just put them arms up, that'd have been excellent defense. Shout out to Ronnie Repass for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Fever fouls, missed foul shots, and Caitlin needs more than Mitchell and Boston involved in the offense. But you gotta understand something, Ronnie. It looks like they was being effective when they was in the action, when they was with the pick and roll with Aaliyah Boston. That play was being effective. But I do agree with you. You got to get more people involved. And I think the Warner Bonner is going to be the casualty because she only had one field goal attempt in 16 minutes. I think she's going to be the casualty. You know what I'm saying? Natasha Howard had 6 points, 9 shots, but all the action was ran through, Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. You don't have to set a play up for Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell gonna get a bucket on her own. You don't have to set no offense up for Kelsey Mitchell. You can give the ball to Kelsey Mitchell, and Kelsey Mitchell can get to the bucket, and also she can get downhill on the fast break. Also, she can create her own shot. That's the difference. But I do agree with you, Ronnie, that Aaliyah Boston was the main focus. Hey, shout out to Tony G for the $2 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
Hey, shout out to Sister Noble from Chronicles with WBB TV for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
She said, I'm having second thoughts about going to the Fever and Dream game on June 10th. Wasted energy, wasted time. Nah, don't have second thoughts, man. Go enjoy that game, man. I think these Fever and Dream games are going to be some exciting games. So don't. It's not wasted. I just think that the Atlanta Dream match up well with Indiana. And the reason why I think they match up well, because you look at the two bigs down there, you look at Brianna Jones and Brittney Griner. They can clog the paint up and make it difficult for Aaliyah Boston. Well, they didn't do it tonight, but they still made her work. And the thing about it is, it's crazy that we talking about Aaliyah Boston. She was a -4 tonight. So her defense is getting exposed as well. And DeWanna Bonner, her plus and minus, she was a -19. She was god awful tonight. But when we talk about Brianna Jones for the Atlanta Dream, she was a +10. So she was very impactful tonight. 19 points, 13 rebounds. That's what we expect for bigs down there when you're playing double bigs. And then Brittney Griner with 21 and 8. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference, man. That is a major difference in what I'm seeing. Because them two bigs tonight, they worked out. So there's two glaring things that I see with the Indiana Fever. Aaliyah Boston is not that good on defense, and Caitlin Clark is not that good on the perimeter on defense. And DeWanna Bonner has stunk it up these first two games. Yeah. I just think that, when people told me that Brittney Griner wouldn't benefit being with the Atlanta Dream, all you got to do is have a serviceable big. And I think Brittney Griner is that serviceable big for the Atlanta Dream. I hate that she fouled out tonight on that play against Aaliyah Boston, but this was something that, Aaliyah Boston, she went to the cup and Brittney Griner she didn't have to foul her. Bree Jones had her from the start. Shout out to Ronnie Repass for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Ronnie Repass said you had to look for Bonner to know she was on the court. Yeah, she was out there running cardio. For any moderators in the chat, man, futuristic, man, y'all go ahead and get him out of here. Go ahead and block that person. Now he's being disrespectful because he was called out. So y'all go ahead and block him, send him on out of here. Send him to Block City. My moderators handle that for me. Yeah. But I just think, what Stephanie White did through the course of the game, it was just one of them games that the Atlanta Dreams coach, man, he countered everything that Stephanie White did. Hey, shout out to Larry Catron for the $2 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, Atlanta Dreams coach, man, is a great coach, man, because he countered everything that Stephanie White did. And sometimes when you go in a hostile environment and you can execute down the stretch, but like I said, when it was 89-80, I think appreciate you, L. Appreciate you. I think when it was 89-80, I think Atlanta took their foot off the gas because it was only 2 minutes left in the game, and then they started playing lethargic. And Indiana made a run. They even tied the game up, but it came down to one possession. And that one possession, they got Caitlin Clark off the floor because Stephanie White knows that if Caitlin Clark was out there, they might have scored without being fouled. So now, in that sense, you're going offense for defense. And I think she did a great job. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell in Boston, they can't do it by themselves. Yeah, Keisha. The big three for the Fever cooked on offense. The defense let them down tonight. Exactly. The defense let them down. And that's what I was talking about, because Aaliyah Boston's defense was atrocious tonight. Aaliyah Boston's defense was atrocious. She was a -4. And then DeWanna Bonner was a -19. Indiana Fever was scoring. But that all goes back to what I told y'all last year. I don't care if you running up and down the court and you scoring. But when you're in the nip and tuck game and you can't get a stop, that's the problem. When you can't get stops, man, basketball is about scoring and getting stops. And if you can't get stops, then you're going to have a bad season. Because, in the playoffs, that shit slows down. And we saw that last year. We saw that last year when Indiana got in the playoffs, their first round matchup against Connecticut. And when the game slowed down, Connecticut got stops. They didn't let Indiana run up and down the court. They got stops. That's the difference, guys. When you get stops, man. If you can score the ball and play defense, man, when you got a wild pack of hyenas out there, that's the difference. And that goes to show you that that's what Oklahoma City Thunder are hanging their hat on. Scoring and getting stops. And that's the difference. Minnesota had a threshold on this game early in the first half, and then Oklahoma City pulled away with their defense. That's the difference, guys. So I don't want nobody to think that just because you got all these prolific scorers on your team, but if you can't get stops, it ain't gonna work. Nah, I don't want Indiana Fever's fans or their fan base blaming nobody. They got beat as a team tonight. Shout out to Van for the $2 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
You just won. Hey guys, my son always interrupting me, man, on this damn prize pick. Hit him over the head tonight. Hit him over the head. He hit him over the head. So you want that? That's what you got for that one? I'm sorry, guys. All right. Can I get a cut? Can I get paid? You using my money, but I can't get paid. I can't get a return on the investment. Next parlay tomorrow. Man. My son, man, I ain't trying to put my son business out there, but he hit him for $887.50 a night. I'm trying to get paid. Can I get paid? Damn. Case have the business. Walk it like I talk it. You said all comments are welcome, but you time out everybody that disagree with you, but other hateful comments against Clark and the Fever is allowed. I also said before, you're biased if it's a debate. Walk it like I talk it. You don't even know what you're talking about. The reason why that person got blocked, the Hear what they said? They disrespected me and said, that's not a basketball comment. That comment was made toward me. Walk it like I talk it. We know who you are. Stop that. Stop coming here doing that. I don't know, Futuristic or whoever it was. Did you see the comment that they made? See, that's the problem. That's why I said block that person. They was disrespectful to me and the whole chat, and that's including you. If you was in the chat, that person was being disrespectful to you. Do you want to know what that person said? That person said, F your channel, KSAP, and everybody in the chat too. So ain't that disrespectful? So I did what I was supposed to do to let my moderators know to get that person out of there. That's the only person that been out. Has been knocked out. So if I say something like Indiana had a good game, no, come on, Walker. Now you being asinine. Now you're being asinine. That's crazy. That's diabolical. That's diabolical. Walk it like I talk it. I know who you are. I've talked to you plenty of times. If you're giving a basketball take, that's all. See, people want to play victim. You're right. People want to play victim. When you're giving a basketball take, that's all fine and dandy. But what you're not going to do is come up in here and disrespect me and disrespect my people in the chat. I'm looking out for you as well, walking like I talk it. If you was in the chat, that person disrespected you. Come on, man. Stop that. Chat, what is? Whew, what is it? See, I can't make this stuff up, guys, and you know I can't. I'm disappointed in you, walk it like I talk it, because you've been on this show plenty of times. You've been on the phone line and everything. You've been on this panel and I let you talk. But as soon as we block somebody for the disrespect, I know you walk it like I talk it. I know you are she. I've talked to you. I know who you are. But that's what I'm saying. So if somebody is in there calling you a he, don't you feel like that's disrespect? But I didn't do that. I know who you are. I've talked to you plenty of times. You've been up on this panel. You've been up on the show plenty of times. You've been on the phone line plenty of times. So you got to stop that. Because you came in here and made it about that by saying this asinine stuff that you're going to get, that we blocked something. Because you made a comment and said that I thought anybody was welcome. Yeah, they're welcome. Come in here and give me your basketball take. But this person did not give a basketball take. They said F you, KSAP, and your channel, and F the chat too. Ain't that disrespectful? We moving past that. Man, walk it like I talk it. Sometimes I don't understand where you be coming from. I really don't, man. I try to side with you, but I don't understand your train of thought, man. I think you like coming here, giving us a little pushback and a little confusion. That's all. As long as you're not disrespectful, I have no reason to block you. As long as you're not talking out the side of your neck, disrespecting me or anybody in the chat, calling them names and stuff like that, we fine. If you're coming over here to give a basketball take on what we saw tonight between the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream, that's all welcome. But don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. That person got blocked, and rightfully so. Walk it like I talk it. I have nothing else to say. You brought that on yourself because of you should have thought before you put that comment out there. You should have thought about it. You had time to think about what you was going to say before you hit that send button. And that's what I tell people. A lot of people want to hide behind the keyboard. We're not doing that. So if you don't like it here and you feel like you're being attacked, then you don't have to be here. You choose to be here. You choose to be here. But we're going to move on, man. We're going to move on because you choose to be here. Yeah. So, like I said, Indiana Fever get a chance to get back at the Atlanta Dream. And me personally, I think it's going to be the same outcome. I think it's going to be the same outcome because the Atlanta Dream got too big down on that block that know how to mucky the waters up. And they know how to make Aaliyah Boston play defense. That's the difference. They know how to make Aaliyah Boston play defense, man. They know, and the thing about Brittney Griner, she's so smart that she knows she has 6 fouls to use. Brittney Griner did her damage, and she fouled out. It is what it is. But they held on and got the victory. Held on and got the victory. Yeah, we had a great we've been having a great basketball conversation, and people try to disrupt that. Man, I'm not, like I said, hey, K-Sap, she is disrespecting you now. Ignore him or her. If I would block you, if I was me, go to sleep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I just did. And see that, and then you go to these other chats and want to talk all that nonsense, talking about what we doing over here. I got blocked for doing all. Now you got blocked for a great reason. And what it is, her team lost, and she coming in here mad. That's all that is. Like I say, man, fire up your own podcast. Then you can say what you want to say. Fire up your own podcast and you can say what you want to say. Now, let's get back to what I was talking about earlier. Y'all saw the title of this show. Y'all said Brittney Griner was washed up. Now let's turn the page. Let's talk about my girl, Jewell Loyd. Did anybody watch the game tonight between the Aces and the Connecticut Sun? Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all watched that game or if y'all saw any highlights of that game. Let me know. A'ja Wilson out there being A'ja Wilson. She was a plus 25, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 6 of 16 from the field, 0 of 3 from three-point range, but she was 10 of 12 from the free throw line. But let's talk about Jewell Loyd. Let's talk about her, y'all. Can we have a conversation about Jewell Loyd? Can we have a conversation about Jewell Loyd? Y'all told me that the Gold Mamba was washed up. Y'all told me that the Gold Mamba was done. Y'all told me that what we saw from the Gold Mamba in Seattle last year because of the situation that was going on in Seattle, and I told y'all that she was just checked out. She wanted out. She wanted a new start. But nah, y'all said Jewell Loyd, nah, her days is past her. Jewell Loyd can't do it no more. Y'all said Jewell Loyd was inefficient. Y'all said Jewell Loyd couldn't come to the Aces and play alongside of A'ja Wilson, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray. Y'all said that. Y'all remember that? And when she played in Unrivaled, I said, you can tell she's still a walking bucket. But don't nobody want to remember that. Y'all don't nobody remember none of that. So now that Jewell Loyd is with the Aces and she dropped in 20 tonight and was a plus 29, and was 6 of 9 from 3-point range. Right? She was 7 of 14 from the field. She played in 21 minutes, guys. And she was a plus 29. She had 5 rebounds. But y'all told me Jewell Loyd can't get it done no more. And that's playing alongside of somebody like A'ja Wilson, where she takes the bulk of the shots. And you still got Jackie Young out there. You still got the point guard out there. But y'all told me that she wouldn't be a good fit for the Chicago Sky. Man. Y'all told me she wouldn't be a good fit. So I'm the guy that don't know basketball. Yeah, I'm the guy that don't know basketball. Pinky, I understand that you said it was a layup line and Jewell looked good, but does the Sun have anyone to defend her? It's not about that. It's about that y'all said that Jewell Loyd couldn't put the ball in the bucket no more. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I don't care who was on the floor, but Jewell Loyd is still a bucket. She's like a Vinnie Johnson, an instant microwave. But playing alongside A'ja Wilson and Jackie Young, and you still putting up 20? That goes to show you Becky Hammond, she respects Jewell Loyd. Yeah, the Fever, they play them again. They get a chance to get back against the Atlanta Dream. Yeah, Jewell Loyd showed them like Chelsea Gray did in Unrivaled. Yeah. But cut the ish. Cut the ish. They told me, cut the ish. They told me that the 2 players that I'm still high on, and Brittney Griner and Jewell Loyd, they told me that they washed. They ain't got nothing left in the tank. They told me that, though. It's diabolical, man. They told me that, man. They told me that Jewell Loyd didn't have enough left in the tank. They told me that averaging 19 last year for the Seattle Supersonics was a bad year. They told me that. And when I told them that Jewell Loyd wanted to get the hell up out of Seattle after all the allegations went down, they told me that. I said she needed a fresh start. Any organization that she was going to go to, she was going to ball out. They told me that. Whew. Yeah. Cut the ish. Real talk sports. It's real talk, man. It's real talk, man. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, man. Because I gotta hear. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, man, and we're gonna talk about Brittney Griner and Jewell Loyd. I'm open up the phone lines for that purpose, man. I need to hear a different voice, a different opinion. Because let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm jumping the gun. Y'all let me know if I'm jumping the gun, all right? So we're gonna open up the phone lines, man. I'd love to hear from you guys. Oh man. Sorry, guys. I'm choked up right now. Been a lot going on today. I'm choked up. Ah, man. Oh man, I'm choked up. What I missed, Tulip? Wasn't aware of what? Tulip, what happened? I'm looking out for you. Hold up. What I miss? Who's Bus Life? Who's Bus Life, y'all? Talk to me. Who's Bus Life? Who's Bus Life, y'all? Hey, the phone lines are open, man. We open the phone lines up, man. It's a call-in show, man. If y'all want to call in, go ahead and call in. Oh, Kwame Brown? What the? Clip L on what? Off of this show or somebody else's show? I got it right here. Got it right here, Brooke. Hold up, but how did he clip L on the Kwame Brown podcast? What up, bro, Clark? What's up, Paige? I see you coming. Yeah, Brooklyn, I got my water, man. I've been choked up all day, man. I've been dealing with all kinds of stuff, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how things work, but you know what I'm saying? Things can be delayed, but they're not denied, man. On Keisha's show. So Kwame, shout out to Keisha. Shout out to Keisha for Kwame Brown pulling up. What's up, Paige? Hey, y'all make sure y'all go over there and support Brooklyn tomorrow. Support Brooklyn tomorrow on his live. I learned a valuable lesson, man. I learned a valuable lesson, guys. I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all can take it for what it is. I learned a valuable lesson, man. And ADP has always said some beautiful things, man. And L has said some graceful things as well, man. And you learn through all trials and tribulations, man. I learned a lot. And sometimes, man, God will tell you to stand still. But he also said he ain't going to put too much on you that you can't bear. He also said things may be delayed, but they're not denied. Things might not be denied, but they're delayed. I've learned a valuable lesson in these last 2 weeks. I learned a valuable lesson in these last 2 weeks, man. Sometimes you just gotta show the action, man. So guys, sometimes, man, you got to get back to being that person that got you to where you are today. Regardless of everything that has transpired, man. So had a long talk with my wife. Long talk with the opportunities that I have. Had a 2-hour phone call that had to be taken and had to be addressed. And sometimes you got to get back to being the person that got you to where you at. I'm not coming on here right now for no sympathy or anything like that. I'm just telling y'all guys for what it is. And for everybody that knows me and knows how I rock and know how I get down, and I'm probably one of the most loyalest person that you'll ever come across, man. And in the words of Bro Claude, sometimes you got to be a straight shooter. Opportunities, they come and go. And you got to learn through everything that you have put yourself in. But sometimes you got to take a step back, man. The humble reality of it is, man, you learn. Because, I don't know all the answers to a lot of things. But sometimes you gotta be still. And ADP has always said that. So I got to get back to being the person that I was before I came across everybody in the chat. I got to get back to being that person. I got to get back to being the person that was solo dolo before I came across all you lovely people. Yo, what up, Cut the Ish? What we got?
Over there pouring out your heart and
Man, it's Keisha's crazy, but it is.
out here pouring out your heart.
Nah, man, it is what it is, man. It ain't even about that, man. It's just, sometimes things, man, you got to take a step back, man. Got to take a step back, Keisha. You got to get back to being that person that you was when you first started, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all this back and forth and all this he say, she say shit. It some of that stuff, like L said, some of that stuff can come back and bite you in the butt, man. So, it is what it is. But what you got for us tonight? Cut the Ish. You did a great job calling that game.
Meanwhile, BG saying, "Let me reintroduce myself."
Man, but look, Keisha, they told me she was washed up.
I knew she wasn't washed up. No, I told y'all from the beginning when we was doing our analysis at the beginning of the season, Atlanta is one of them teams. They top heavy. They could be.
Hold on one second, Keisha. Let me get. Hold on. Shout out.
Here comes the money.
Ronnie Repass. Shout out for the $2 suit. I'm all teared up. Now you ain't gotta be teared up, man. Don't be teared up over me, man. I'm just putting it out there. Hey, Brooklyn, I respect that, my brother. I respect that. And that's all I'm gonna say, man. I respect that, man. I respect that, Brooklyn. And I respect that, man. 1 second. Hey, shout out to Paige for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Paige said, "Just keep doing what you're doing." Appreciate you, little sis. Nah, it's guys, y'all just don't understand. Got to get back to being the K-Sap when I first broke on the scene. Go ahead, Keisha.
Look, Brittney Griner said, "Look, I ain't washed up." So, number 2, Atlanta said, "I'm gonna show you how to work this double big thing."
Man, did they? I didn't expect that out of Jones.
Show y'all.
I didn't expect that out of Jones. Did you expect that?
Remember, we kept speculating. We like, are they gonna play them together?
Yeah, are they gonna play the two bigs?
Yeah, we kept asking that question. Are they gonna play them together, or are they gonna have Bree Jones come off the bench? No, Atlanta say we going double big.
We going big on y'all boys.
And then when we know that Brittney Griner is an aging star. We're not gonna play her as many minutes as we play Bree Jones, who is younger.
Mm-hmm.
And we gonna keep tag teaming people.
Man, but what I took from that, Keisha, Ryan Howard came out on a heater. She set the tone for Atlanta. But what I like what Atlanta Dreams coach did is everything that Stephanie White tried to throw at them, he countered. And like I said, what I got out of that fourth quarter, when I think Atlanta took their foot off the gas when they was up 89-80 with 2 minutes left, thought they could just run the clock out and play the foul game that Indiana had to foul them. But, Caitlin Clark came down and hit that quick shot. Then she got that assist. But somebody said in the chat that they got to depend on more than just Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell.
And Kelsey Mitchell.
Because they had some, Stephanie White did run some good action with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston getting to the basket on the pick and roll. But the thing about it is what we've always said, Keisha, I don't care how much you score, but if you can't get a stop, then what is it? If you can't get a stop, and I like what Stephanie White did, took Caitlin Clark. They took Caitlin Clark out of the game when they needed to get a stop. And I will say this about Kelsey Mitchell. She played excellent defense on Howard until she panicked and got in the paint and had to wrap her up with that left hand that caused the foul. If she wouldn't have wrapped her up, that'd have been excellent defense. They would have got the stop. They could have won the game. But she fouled, and that's the difference. Ryan Howard went to the foul line, and she sank both of them. Aaliyah Boston had a chance to give them the 2-point lead. She missed the foul shot. You see what I'm saying? And I just like the fact that Stephanie White is setting that. She's setting the tone by letting Caitlin Clark know that, hey, when it comes down to one stop or a 2-possession game, you can't be on the floor defensively because they're going to seek you out. They're going to haunt you out.
Well, let me tell you this. Atlanta, when they couldn't hit the broad side of the barn, Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard couldn't hit a shot in that first quarter. Them double bigs came out there and went to work. And they was killing them in that first quarter. Now the trip part about the other side, when Ryan Howard finally got it going, Alicia Gray, she got it going, but not really. You know what I mean? She tried, but Ryan Howard finally got it going. They still was being anchored by those two bigs.
Yep.
You got to understand too, Brittney Griner fouled out.
Yeah.
Brittney Griner, the reason why Brittney Griner could still play is because she got a signature move. Once she gets to that spot, do that baby, you can't stop it, K-Sap. There's nothing you can do, man. There is nothing Aaliyah Boston can do. There's nothing Natasha Howard can do. You have to do your work early with Brittney Griner.
Yeah.
And she knows she can go to that move. So if she don't do nothing else, and she be cool, calm, collected to move, look like she moving in slow motion, snail.
Yeah.
It don't matter. You can't stop it.
That's Keisha, that's the only thing I would say about Brittney Griner. She has lost that step moving herself defensively, but on the offensive end, you know who she reminds me of right now as she's got older in her game? She reminds me of no. I'm gonna say the person that you don't think I was gonna say. She reminds me of Luka because you can't speed her up and she's still gonna get what she want to get. You feel me on that?
I feel you, because Luka looked like she be moving
in slow motion,
in quicksand.
Yeah, and nobody can stop it.
But if you can't stop, you can't stop it. And once she palms that ball, I was telling them people on the play-by-play. Once she palms that ball, K-Sap,
she showed that ball over the mitts. Yeah.
That is it. You are already cooked.
Yeah.
So if they can keep Brittney Griner healthy,
yeah, that's the only thing. Now,
for the dream.
Are them knees gonna hold up?
That's why I think the coach is approaching it. I think her coach is approaching this the right way, because you seen Brittney Griner got more rest than Bree Jones did.
Yeah. Like
they were subbing her out, until she can get back in and blah, blah, blah and all that. But that's what I was telling them on my stream, K-Sap. If all four of them ever be on at the same time, Atlanta is hard to stop.
Yeah.
If Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Bree Jones, and Brittney Griner are all cooking.
Hey, but look, but the thing about it is, like I tell people, your starting five, you had 4 of your starting 5 in double digits, man. You had Brittney Griner leading the way with 21. Then you had Ryan Howard with 20. You had Brianna Jones with 19, and then Alicia Gray chipped in with 16. Now that means that they in there getting it done, right? But it all boils down to one thing, man. And everybody wanted to clown us last year about defense and shit like that. That's always going to stand true, Keisha. Defense wins offense sells ticket, defense wins championships. Because we saw what happened to Indiana Fever against Connecticut in the playoffs last year. When that game slowed down and the defense was set up and you can't run your action, you're going to lose the game because Connecticut could get stops. Indiana was not a great defensive team last year. I mean, they wasn't a great defensive team. Everybody thought with the pieces that they brought over this year that they would be better equipped to play defense. Everybody jumped the gun the first game when they played Chicago, talking about, oh, look at this and look at that. Wody Mack came out here with the honey on his chest, glazing, talking about Caitlin Clark. Defense is exceptional. She took leaps and bounds. But if that's the case, Wody Mack, why Stephanie White have her off the court in the crucial moment of the game?
You know another thing, K-Sap?
Yeah.
Atlanta's too big, ain't out there shooting no threes. You know, that first quarter, they took about 11 threes. It looked like the coach must have said, stop that mess.
Man, they was atrocious from three. They was 8 of 30.
Yes. But in that first quarter, they took 12.
12 threes and
threes.
Yeah.
Quarter.
Yeah.
And look like y'all need to,
slow it down.
No, don't do that.
Slow
that down. Somebody need them two bigs they got. They ain't shoot. I mean, Brittney Griner and Breonna Jones might go out there to the three every once in a while.
Yeah.
But they getting that mess
down in the paint. In the paint.
Dominating the paint.
Yeah.
The Sky need to take that video, that
Tyler Marsh needs to take a look at that
down.
film. Look at that film, man, because if you're going to play two bigs like that, you got to be, and see, I don't even want to make this all about Camila Cardoso. I really don't, because I don't want Duvall to wake up out of his sleep and jump up on the live. I don't want it to happen. But it just go, man. I'm going to leave that alone because it's not about Camila Cardoso. You're not going to bait me into that one, Keisha. You're not going to bait me into that.
I'm just telling you.
I know, but you're not going to bait me into that.
Middies. Jones take the middies, but most of that stuff was in the paint. They dominated the paint. They went to they strength, and they kept pounding.
Well, let me ask you a question, Keisha. Why do teams go away from their strengths when they play certain teams? Why do they go away from their strengths?
I don't know.
Why? Like, you got the recipe. See, I hate to say this, man. Golden State messed it up for everybody, thinking small ball is going to work. But you don't have the difference is you don't have no Steph Currys or Klay Thompsons that are on these particular teams. And the Draymond Green, the point forward when he was in his prime doing stuff with Golden State. You don't have that. And it looks like the WNBA, certain teams try to patent themselves after that. That's not going to work. The difference with Golden State was, even though they wasn't a great defensive team, it didn't boil down to defense because they was blowing cats out by putting all. Yeah, they was blowing cats out. That year that they went 72-9, they was blowing cats out where Steph Curry and Klay Thompson them didn't even have to play the fourth quarter. So it didn't come down to possession basketball because that's how lethal they was. But now in the WNBA, when you got these big girls, because you can't teach height, when you got these big girls, you, like Shaq said, you need to go down there and you need to dominate. Barbecue chicken. You need to win your matchup.
Yes.
You can't keep settling for these. See, that's the problem with the game, and that's the problem why a lot of people like Caitlin Clark's game, because they fascinated with the logo three. They fascinated with the 3-point shot. It's not about that. Go ahead.
K-Sam, how did the Fever get back in the game? Atlanta started hoisting up these crazy 3-point shots.
Here, like what I say, Keisha, all the time.
That's how the Fever got back in the game.
That's hero ball.
Up them 3 shots.
The hero ball, coming down thinking that you need to hit the home run on one possession.
What we doing when the other thing was working? What we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Every night it's not gonna be about that. But some teams, they fall in love with it. They keep hoisting it up, taking that shot early in the shot clock. Like, what we doing? We didn't even we ain't even pass the ball around.
Keisha, you're not gonna bait me into talking about Chicago right now. You're not gonna bait me in. Hey, chat, y'all see what Keisha trying to do? She's trying to bait me in to talk about Chicago. I'm not gonna do it, man.
Go get this tape. That's what they better do.
Keisha, you're not gonna bait me in. It's not gonna work.
I'm over there whispering right now, talking about we're gonna hoist up a lot. Look, stop that. Go look at this tape.
Look, I will say this. Jeff P. and Tyler Marsh sold y'all wolf tickets all off season long.
He did it.
He sold y'all wolf tickets, man. The more and more I think about game one, he sold y'all wolf tickets, man. That's right, Reddick. We on to what Keisha trying to do. I'm not letting her bait me in. I'm not. She's not gonna come in here and try to get me to talk about Chicago. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. She trying everything in her soliloquy to mention little bits for me to bite. I'm not biting. I'm not taking the bait, Keisha.
All I keep remembering is we 6 of 27. But move on. Go ahead.
See, look, you see, hey, chat. You see what she's trying to do? Keisha good at this.
6 of 27.
Look, Keisha has learned a lot ever since she's been on YouTube. She's learned a lot, man, and she's trying to use every trick in the book to try to put me in the trick bag, but it's not gonna work.
If Tyler Marsh don't do the right thing, I'm gonna be watching the dream. I want to see some double beds.
Y'all see that, chat? You see what she's trying to do? Y'all see what she trying? See, look, y'all try. No, King Pisces Nathan. No, don't see you falling victim. Don't do it, King. Don't do it. Tomorrow we have our show and we will address the Chicago sky. But I'm not falling for it tonight.
I got a question though.
What's the and you see how subtle she said that? I got a question though. What's the question, Keith?
What if we had BG?
I'm gonna answer this question because I think Tony G put this in the chat. BG or Camilla Cardoso?
We can keep Camilla and have her come off the bench.
No, I'm just saying he put in the chat. He put in the chat BG or Camilla Cardoso. I think he was trying to ask a question, but huh?
You about to say something? BG?
Nah, no, I'm not. Keisha.
What if we had BG? What if we had BG?
Can we talk about this tomorrow, Keisha?
Okay.
Can we talk?
All right, I'm sorry, Chad.
She trying her best.
I'm not gonna do it. He gotta go back in his analysis room and look at film and figure all this out before he answers the question.
I'm not answering that, Keisha, because y'all not setting me up. I think King Pisces Nathan is on your side. Y'all can't let Keisha keep doing this, man. Yeah, Tulip, she getting messy. She being messy.
They only here to cause confusion.
She trying to cause confusion, y'all.
I will say, Bree Jones looked good.
Oh, she did. I didn't expect that though.
Because I think she was coming off an injury last season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now she's probably feeling better this season. Because I think wasn't it her knee?
I think it was. Because she does don't she wear a knee brace? Didn't she have a knee brace on tonight? And see, that's what I've been telling people about these women in the WNBA that are big and got girth and they use it to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? They use it to their advantage. Mm-hmm. And that's what Bree Jones did tonight. She wasn't going to let nobody punk her. She did the punking. She got down. What's my terminology, Keisha? When you get down there and mucky up the waters, man, I think you're gonna be successful.
Brooklyn be talking, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Next year, BG signed a 1-year deal.
See, look, Keisha, Brooklyn, don't let Keisha do that. Brooklyn, don't let Keisha do that. Keisha's being messy right
if I had
now.
BG coming off my bench,
Keisha being messy, man. Keisha about to
y'all
switch.
be-
Keisha about to switch sides on us. Keisha about to be Atlanta Dream fan. That's
I
what
was
Keisha about
already
to
a
do.
Dream fan. I told you they one of them teams. They could be top 3 or they
Mhm.
can be bottom 7.
But
I never had a question about BG.
Mhm.
And Bree Jones, I knew she was gonna play.
No, I think you was
at
on
least
record with me.
decently well.
I think you was on record with me
I was
about
on record with that.
Yeah.
I said my X factor has always been Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
I don't know what she gonna do.
Well, let me tell you why. But because if we go back, I'm just gonna take it a step back. If we go back and look at how Unrivaled started, when Ryan Howard came out there and lit Kalia Copper up, right? And then everybody was talking about BG looked like she just moving in quicksand. Oh, she done lost it and all that shit. I said, nah, BG gonna be BG. And when she went to Atlanta, I said that's a good move. But this is what I will say, Keisha. What was more impressive tonight, they did it without their point guard in Jordan Canada.
They did. They was out there with a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was out there with a rookie running the show.
Pow.
She did fairly well. Yeah, she did fairly well. I mean, it's only her second game, but she is surrounded by like I said, I didn't call them a veteran team, but they got two good veterans and 2 young players that been together for like 3 years, I think, huh?
What?
With
Yeah.
Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard. So there's continuity there. So all Papa got to do is not mess it up.
Yeah. Hold on, once, Keisha. Let me get this super chat. Shout out to Reddick Milky Way for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
What Reddick say? She said, KSAP, that's discrimination. Why? What do you have against the sky? Lakeisha, I'm moving to the dream with you. Being a Sky fan I ain't got nothing against the sky.
No.
I'm just not gonna let Keisha bait me into something. I'm not gonna do. See, if that was y'all would have fell for it, but I'm not gonna fall for it. Keisha been learning these YouTube tricks.
Knock life.
Yeah, it's a hard knock life.
It's a hard knock life.
Nah, but we can't let you do that, Reddick. We cannot let you do that because me and Keisha have the tape when we talked about the acquisition when BG went to the Atlantic Dream and we said what the Dream was capable of doing. We have the tape. We have the video evidence. That's the difference. We have that on tape. But y'all told me that BG was washed up. That what y'all told me?
She's just an old wily veteran.
And look, like I said, she turned the clock back. Only if it was just one night, she did it against the team we wanted her to do it against, and that was the Indiana Fever.
That's what made it important.
Exactly. And if she could turn the clock back again Thursday night against Indiana,
Lord. Oh, they're gonna crash out.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna crash all the way out.
And look, then look, Keisha. They told me that Jewell Loyd was done. They told me that the season that she had in Seattle last year, even though she averaged 19 points a game last year in Seattle, she had a bad season. And when I came out and told people that she wanted to get out of that situation from all that shit that was going on in Seattle, when Gabby Williams came back and all that, she wanted to get up out of there. Y'all said she was washed up. Y'all said that
Lord not washed up.
Y'all said that, that she's no good for the Chicago Sky. And I think Brooklyn made a comment earlier that Chicago need, aggressive guards. Jewell Loyd fits that bill. Jewell Loyd fits that bill. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to Paige for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
She said Chicago does not need BG. We need dynamic wings. Hey, I appreciate your comment page, but see, y'all let Keisha turn this into a Chicago Sky thing. Y'all fell for it.
They do need a dynamic wing, but let me tell you this.
Keisha, stop.
We still need backup post players. I don't know what y'all looking at.
Yeah, but I, like Brooklyn said, like a dynamic guard combination that is suitable. Like this is what we'll talk about it tomorrow. I can't. I'm not gonna get off in the key.
We can't get up. But let's go back to Jewell Loyd. Jewell Loyd's not washed up. Jewell Loyd is one of the people. She got to feel comfortable. Yeah. And once she feels comfortable, I think she'll be all right.
But nah, when she signed with the Las Vegas Aces, everybody said, "Nah, how's she gonna play alongside of Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray and Asia Wilson? Scorers know when to score."
Yeah, when there's no drama, she good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. Last year, she was just checked out of that whole Seattle situation. She just needed a new home.
Hey, Seth, some people can't do drama.
Yeah.
It messes with them.
Yeah.
You know, so
say that again.
I'm not
Keith.
saying that.
Say that again.
I'm not saying.
Say what you just said.
Do drama. Look, some people can't do drama. It messes with them.
Drama will fuck up a whole motherfucking boat.
Especially if you're the type of player, kind of like KD. Look, I just want to hoop.
Yeah,
man.
just want to hoop, man.
I don't want to be a part of. I don't want to lead nobody. I don't want to make people do this or that. I just want y'all to come in here and be professional and let's just get some wins. What's all this animosity about?
Drama will fuck up any mutiny on any kind of ship. When there's mutiny on the ship will sink.
Yeah.
And sometimes you slowly got to reel that shit back in, man. You slowly got to get that ship back to its docking port and start back over.
Now, I will say this, K-Sap. It was against the Kinetic Sun.
I don't care who it was against. Stop moving the goalposts.
That had Marina Mabry over there breathing very hard.
But that's what I'm saying, Keisha. You got to do what you got to do. These are all WNBA teams. There's 144 people in the WNBA, and it's hard to say that these women in the WNBA, regardless of what team they on, that they're downright garbage. There's only 144 jobs available in the WNBA. So the way these teams are constructed, these women are flat out ballers, and they earn the right and the respect to be in the WNBA, regardless if their team stinks or not. But as individuals, they all can flat out ball. But you got to put everything together to make everything run, right? And like you said about Connecticut, yeah, Marina Mabry over there gasping for air and, stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, with Jewell Loyd, when you're a professional scorer, you're just a professional scorer.
Yeah.
Tulip said 156 spots. Thanks for correcting me. But that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But
with
out
the
of
new
the
team.
Out of the 156 spots, everybody that's in the WNBA that's on these teams right now, on these rosters, these organizations and these GMs think highly of them to have them on there. And what I'm saying is, when we talked about Jewell Loyd and we talked about her situation in Seattle, and you just said it, drama will mess you up. A lot of people can't navigate their way through drama.
Yeah, some people can't handle it.
And it's best to get out. Like I said, when there's mutiny on the ship and that ship's about to sink, you just want to get back to the docking port and say you made it back safe so you can get a reset.
Like we say all the time, K-Sap. We say all the time, sometimes some people gonna protect their peace. Like I can't. Yeah. I gotta protect my peace. I gotta do what's best for me.
Exactly. Like you said, Reddick, we can't be calling Jewell the garden snake. She got the right to be called the gold mamba, man.
Not the golden snake.
That's all I'm saying.
And I think, I agree with you. I agree with you. Jewell Loyd put on, and Jewell Loyd had that Batman mask on when I pulled up my other screen.
Yeah.
I pulled up my other screen. I said, Jewell Loyd got a Batman mask on. I said, oh snap! Is she going off tonight?
The fucking Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
Because look, in that offense, Asia need help though.
Yeah, but look, I understand that she need help, but when you got your superstar like Asia Wilson, she gets the bulk of the shots. And, you know, Jewell Loyd found a way to sprinkle in 14 shots and shoot 7 of 14 from the field. That's the difference. But everybody talks about her inefficiencies. Inefficiencies. But I didn't see no inefficiencies tonight. You shot 7 of 14 from the field. You shot 6 of 9 from 3-point range. Come on, man. You put in 20?
Just put her in just use her as a scorer. That's it. Let her get to a spot.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. When you got people
pull up.
That's almost like a Kennedy Carter type. When you got people that just know how to flat out put the ball in the bucket, that's the difference, man. When you got people like that's not scared of the moment. And Kennedy Carter wasn't scared of the moment last year, and Jewell Loyd has never been scared of the moment. That's the difference. But everybody told me Jewell Loyd wouldn't be a good fit for the Chicago Sky, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at. Everybody told me that. Everybody told me Jewell Loyd was done. Everybody told me Brittney Griner was washed up.
Did I tell you that?
Nah, I told you, I gave you your props. You was on board with me.
I'm the only person you should be listening to. You know that.
Hey, y'all gonna let Keisha do that, y'all? CC chat. Y'all gonna let Keisha get away with that? Y'all gonna let Keisha get away with that, man? Yeah, y'all gonna let Keisha get away with that. But
I told you don't listen.
Nah, you was on board. We got the receipts. We got receipts. And I think
all these.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, I think all these veterans, you know, especially if you're a scorer, once you feel comfortable within the system, I think it's like walking. It's like riding a bike. You never forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even crazy, even DT, even though we know she was old and she was about to on her way out, she could still put the ball in the hoop.
Let me ask you this question, Keisha. I'm gonna go back to yesterday's live that I did when I was talking about Sophie Cunningham. Hold on. Shout out to Brooklyn, man, for the $10 super chat.
Here comes the money.
He said Asia has Chelsea Gray, Fee has Courtney Williams, Stewie has Sabrina Ionescu, Aaliyah Boston has Caitlin Clark, Angel needs her scoring point guard, shooting guard, or small forward to reach her full potential. She needs that sidekick. I can agree with you, Brooklyn, on that. I have to agree with you 100% on that, man, because the way it looks, the way the WNBA, from what we saw from the start of the season on these teams, everybody got that sidekick. And I went on Notion last year and this year when we talked about the loss of Kennedy Carter. That was Angel Reese's. That was her. What was I trying to say? That was Angel Reese's lifeline. That was her person that she could go to. That's why I was so upset that Haley Van Lith don't get no play in that first game.
Because she can go to her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I was trying to get at. And that's what Kennedy Carter was for Angel Reese. We saw that in many games where just them two at half court, when you call a timeout, they dapping each other up, giving each other that look like, girl, I got you, you got me. And if we go back and really look at it, Angel Reese and Kennedy Carter was the ones that was trying to put the battery in Camila Cardoso's back to give her the, confidence to start shooting the shots and being more aggressive.
Right.
Chicago don't have that now. They don't have, and like I said, if you have to, Dawn Staley is not going to walk in that building no time soon to energize Camila Cardoso. She got to start doing what she got to do. But Kennedy Carter was Angel Reese's lifeline last year. They fed off of each other. Angel Reese don't have that guard right now that she can feed off of and can depend on. And that's why I said I think HBL could be that lifeline for her. But it goes to show that Tyler Marsh and Jeff P are reluctant to play these young rookies in the start of the season. We saw it in preseason. Maddie Westbell and Haley Van Lith barely got run. They came in 4 minutes left in the game in each game. She came in 4 minutes left in the first game, had 4 points. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference.
I hope Tyler Morris don't end up kind of like Steve Spoon ended up doing after about 10 to 12 games. I hope he don't have to end up inserting HVL if they get out to if they lose so many games on those first 10 games. That's why he needs to play her.
Yeah.
As a backup and get her ready.
Yeah, exactly. Need to get her some kind of minutes, but King Pythes Nathan, I can't. When you talking about where's the love for Courtney Vandersloot, I have nothing against Courtney Vandersloot.
Me neither.
But Courtney Vandersloot
can't play no 32 minutes.
She can't. Courtney Vandersloot in the first game, it was only the first game of the season. She looked like she was 40 years old out there, guys. I have nothing against Courtney Vandersloot. And like Brooklyn said, Ariel Atkins is supposed to be that piece that Angel Reese can feed off. We saw that in game one. And what we said about Ariel Atkins is she just wasn't aggressive enough. She just didn't take enough shots. She was the only other person in double figures. She had 11.
Well, she letting Courtney Vandersloot run the show. I need to work in tandem.
See, there you go. Keisha, you brought up something very interesting. Is Courtney Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins way?
Work in tandem. That way, take on some of them responsibilities, and then Ariel Atkins can give her the green light to pull up. Sloot was so intent. I mean, she was trying to run it through Cadosa, but when that didn't work out, didn't have a plan after that case. I've said that before.
Enough for talking about Chicago.
Okay, we done with Chicago. We got to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, enough talking about Chicago. Because
y'all done baited us in.
Nah, you did that. One last thing I will say, because ADP been pointing that out about the new baby that Courtney Vandersloot welcome in, right? And like she said, she probably been up all night with her, you know.
Yeah, she probably
ain't got no sleep, but
I know.
Yeah.
I know about that life. Yeah, the new baby.
Reddick, stop that. Stop applauding Keisha for baiting us in.
No, she right about that, because the new baby, even though it ain't even my baby, I still hear that baby. I'm like, what's she doing to that baby?
Yep.
So, you know, he probably ain't got no sleep. So I give Sloot a pass. I give Sloot a pass. I ain't messing around with you no more, K-Step. I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah, you started all this. Now you want to go to bed.
I ain't started nothing. Look, Razor Troy said, I doubt the Sky will fix this in one game, but we'll see. No, I expect them to fix it in the first 5.
Yeah, like I said, like I think I think Brooklyn did say this when I said it the other night before that first game. I said I wasn't gonna crash out and have a crash out session if the Chicago Sky lose. I'm not gonna press the panic button, but I saw a lot of people press the panic button.
Where's the waiting loss?
Yeah. I saw a lot of people press the panic button, and I'm not going to do that, man, because it came back.
That button, man.
Yeah, it came back and bit us in the butt and unrivaled with Nola Henry. Y'all jumped the gun on her and try to get her up out of there, and you know she figured it out.
She did.
But we're gonna see. Reddick said, I strongly believe we will be 4-2 after 6 games. The Chicago Sky got a pretty grueling schedule to start the season out, guys. So
let's take a look at that right.
No. We're not taking a look at nothing. Stop, Keisha.
Okay, I'm not gonna mess with you. Y'all, I have to get off this phone before I get in trouble with Mr. K.
Yeah, she gonna get in trouble, man. See, Reddick, you hyping this on, man. But that's the love, man. That's the love that we
At
got.
the end of the day,
the day
look,
gonna
they
end.
gotta end.
The day
And let me
gonna
tell you
end.
another thing. Them double bigs in Atlanta, if they can keep them healthy,
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Mama likes it a lot.
All right, Keisha.
You know I'm a BG fan, so
yeah. All right, Keisha. Great call. Yeah, so you didn't turn the chat. You didn't turn the chat and talk about Chicago.
Bye, chat.
All right. Yeah, good call by Keisha, man. Great points, man. Nah, we ain't gonna put Tyler Marshall on the clock. So, we coming up to the end of the show, and I will say this, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this clip. I'm missing something. Like, how did it get to the point where you was clipped? Y'all let me know, man. Tripping. Y'all let me know. I'm trying to get to the point. Shout out to L for the $10 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Hold up. I don't know what's going on, L. She said, K-Sap, you're going to let Kwame Brown's burnt frog face talk crazy about me, and ain't me as an angry black. I haven't seen it. That's what I'm trying. L, call us real quick if you're not driving. I don't know what's going on, L. So don't do that to me. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm lost. I'm the tulip. Come on, guys, help me out, man. L, I don't have no information, man. Oh my goodness, what is going on now, man? Talk to me, sis.
Not that you knew it was me calling. Look, I'm minding my own business. So y'all know I get up here and I don't bother nobody. And the one time, well, it's not the one time because I'm always going to advocate for women, period, and especially Black women. And I was heated after that game. See, this is the dangerous part about creating content and distributing it on public platforms, because people will take a snippet of something that you say and clip it and then try to push their own narrative behind it. So what he did was, apparently he came on some kind of way. He got a hold of the clip from Bro Claude and Keisha's last show, and it was Bro Claude had already gotten off, so it was me, Keisha, and Duvall, I believe. And this was after the Sky Fever game. And people were in the chat, like, really trying to argue us down about, oh, y'all making a big deal out of nothing, like being very dismissive of what we were talking about as it pertains to what Angel is dealing with, right? And what she consistently deals with. And I get tired of it. So I talked about my experience as a Black woman born in the 70s, I was about to say the 60s, took a page out of Brooke Hall's page. But just like, man, we are tired. Black women, we are told that we're too much of this. We're not enough of that. We're angry Black women. We have this issue, we have that issue, and all in the same breath, Black women are often looked at as the ones who need to advocate and come to Black men's rescue when they are dealing with their own atrocities and racism, right? So I was pissed, and I was going off, and I cussed, and I went off. And you gonna take that little clip without giving your audience full context of what I was talking about, but to prove a point to say that I'm an angry Black woman and I sound crazy, and you gonna put it on your platform and talk about, you don't even know me.
Wow.
You don't even know me. And then Ronnie Repass, I think it was, it said they saw the clip on Twitter. So apparently it's making its rounds. And I'm cool with that. But come see me.
You're getting famous for the wrong way, right? You're getting famous for the wrong
Come see
reason.
me. Because I stand on mine. Come see me.
Somebody got to send me. I don't go searching for stuff. Somebody send me that, please.
I don't either.
Somebody
I never even heard of them till
email me
today.
that. I gotta see that. If somebody can email me that, I would appreciate that. Look, if somebody can get the clip, that's the email address. I got it on the screen. Please, somebody email me that. I do want to see that because I ain't got time to be searching for stuff, man. Wow, I this is the first time I heard about it. I was confused when Tulip said it, and I didn't know what she was talking about.
I didn't either. And I don't know if Ronnie is still in here, but they said they saw it on
Ronnie said
Twitter. And it's
then
cool.
he said your favorite bald podcaster showed the clip also. Wow.
Who, Rudy?
Well,
I take it as a compliment because y'all can't make your own content
Yeah.
without going to clip somebody else's and talking
and
about
you know
what they
what?
talking about.
You ain't got to worry about that guy, the bald head guy, because Falan Sports flamed him today. Bro Claw went in on him. Yeah. So, yeah, he been getting cooked. So, but
Yeah, it's very disingenuous, Keisha, because it's a 5
it's a
second
5
clip,
second,
and
only
then
5 seconds.
And then he's talking, and at the end, because I only watched like a split second of it, I didn't even watch the full thing.
So hold on,
But
before you get off into that.
Hold on, Lakeisha is saying L. She's calling me, like telling me to calm down, and then he cuts the clip off, and he's saying, "Did she say Al? Did she say Al?" And I'm like, "You not only do you look like a burnt toasted frog, but you sound stupid.
So let me ask
You
you
sound
this.
stupid."
Where was this at? Where did this take place at?
It's where's the clip at?
Yeah,
he has it on his podcast. He did a live show.
When did he do the live show?
Yesterday.
Somebody please send me that clip. Please send me that clip.
I'll send it to Tulip. I'll send you the link to the show, and then Tulip plays
Text it to me.
the timestamp in there. It's like 20 minutes and 48 seconds.
Okay, text it to me
it
so I can get right to it, man.
And then I don't know where, Ronnie, if you where did you see it at on Twitter?
If anybody got the Twitter clip,
somebody else's page.
If anybody got the Twitter clip, send it over to me because I'm not on Twitter like that. So if anybody got the Twitter clip, email it to me. I gotta. Wow, this is crazy. Y'all call.
Keisha put the she put the timestamp, but it's not even that. It's like, why you can disagree with what I had to say and not try to paint me as something that I'm not, and you don't even know me.
You see what they do? They only take a little snippet. They don't give you the full context. They only take a snippet.
Because you're feeding into painting the narrative. And then as a Black man, again, if you don't agree with what I had to say, that's cool, but you're still Black at the end of the day. And for you to act like you don't understand why Black women feel the way that they do behind this and any other thing. Like, we're tired. We're always expected to be a certain way, sound a certain way, look a certain way, act a certain way. We're disrespected, but then also expected to be the first ones marching on the front line when one of y'all get killed or locked up or something bad happens.
This is crazy.
That's the problem that I have. I'm unproblematic, and anybody here that has been here since I've been in here, and you're being honest, you know that I'm unproblematic.
Man, this is downright crazy. Now they talking about they giving Quita Love Sports the business, man. What I mean?
It's crazy.
Whew. L, you ain't never been wrong, boy. You ain't never been wrong, and I'll leave it at that.
And we're not just up on your show last night saying, like, let's not do the negative stuff, but there's always going to be someone. And you had to go and seek. Listen, you had to go and seek that out because the show, this was at the end of the game. So you had to go and watch the whole entire live, which was more than an hour long, at the end to get that clip.
Look, L, I just put it this way. You ain't never been wrong. You ain't never. Okay, I got Tulips in it. I got it. Hold up.
Okay.
And you said it 20. Let me get the timestamp.
Go ahead and play it. Play it since you want to play something. Play it.
Hold on. I'm trying to get the timestamp. Oh shit! Hold up. What's the time?
28:30.
28:30. Hold up. What's that?
28 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, here. Oh, they got the Players Club up on there. Hold up now. Let me hold up now.
Yep, he watching us, Keisha. Take it as a compliment, I guess.
Just let me listen to.
Every black woman should be pissed off right now. No one even wants to talk about. I wonder how does Sid Colson and Breonna Turner and Kelsey Mitchell and Dewana Bonner and AB feel as black women, Dantas, as black women, not only seeing your teammate do something like that to another black woman, and that black woman is the one that's made out to be the villain. That black woman is the one that's being disrespected by your fans in your house, and you're a black woman, and you got a shucking job for these bitches. Because the player that got attacked is on the opposite team.
Did she just say Al? She said Al. Oh shit. That's how they get a bunch of bullshit going. Michelle Bryant, caked up ENT catering, member since about 39 months. Salute to you. What in the world is this lady talking about? So now, the black women that's on the team should kick their teammates' ass for taking a take foul like they're supposed to do for the team. I don't understand that. That don't even make no sense. How does that make any logical sense? Ma'am, there's a lot of things that you could be rallying behind, like getting trained and coding in school, like making sure the streets are safer for your black men, for your black sons, because they're getting killed at an alarming clip. Like making sure you have access to healthy food and not just a bunch of sugars and starches and dairy products, so that the fertility rates can go up. Making sure they're not giving our kids sodas and all this shit in school. There's a lot of things you can rally behind. But two athletes playing a sport and one being fouled and the other one getting fouled, that's not something you need to be rallying behind, man. This ain't it. Get you some love in your life. Get you some love in your life. This is ignorant as hell. They stretch this shit. Like, this is crazy, man. This don't make no fucking sense. This shit is giving me a headache. Like, can you imagine all of this because somebody flopped and the person that fouled them happened to be white and happened to not only be white, but happened to be Caitlin Clark. Like, this shit is crazy.
Okay, you could stop it there. Now I'm going to say this before you respond or anybody else says anything. In case you decide to come back and listen, Mr. Kwame Brown. First of all, you completely missed everything that I said. It was bigger than a take foul. But you showed me that you don't have the intelligence to comprehend an intelligent woman, even if she is passionate in her response or her take on the matter. It went completely over your head. Secondly, you don't know me from a can of paint. Everything that you suggested I should be doing, I not only do, but have been doing it for more than 3 decades. I got receipts. You can pull up my name. You can see my work. I don't have to pretend for anybody. I have a black son, black nephews, black grandsons. I have black men all around me in my family, and I ride hard for them. I go out into my community. I actually am a consultant at a college, and I work specifically with young black men and women. I'm a vegan, been a vegan for 4.5 years. So I go out into my community and talk to them about healthy eating, about wellness, their mental wellness, their physical wellness, their spiritual and emotional wellness. I'm a 30+ year lupus survivor, so health and wellness is at the top of my list. I'm a former educator. I'm not just a content creator or a TV or film producer or a #1 Amazon best-selling author or a public speaker. I'm many things. I wear many hats and I'm good at it and I got the receipts to prove it. So the next time you think you want to come and check me or make fun of me, you better think again, brother, because you missed the mark on this one. I'm not the one. I'm highly educated and very accomplished and astute, and I'll run circles around you any day. I'm done.
Hey, somebody in the chat, do me a favor. If you get a chance, clip this and y'all tag Kwame. Clip it and tag him. Because that's what happened. I think somebody clipped what Keisha, Bro Claude, and L was talking about on the Players Club, and they sent that over to Kwame Brown. That's what happened, because it looked like he prepared that video with that clip. It's just not, he didn't just pull that clip up. Somebody gave him that clip and he had it ready for his show. So if they're going to start clipping stuff and sending stuff to different podcasters, I want people to start clipping what we say and send it right back to them. Because like I said, man, some of this stuff got to stop, man. And see, what happened was Ryan Clark set the bar when he had to go at RG3 very the way Ryan Clark went at RG3 was very politely and respectfully. And he said everything. He made so many valid points, but don't nobody want to talk about that. They want to turn around and say that Ryan Clark is buck dancing and doing all this stuff, and they dislike Ryan Clark. And then now you got RG3 on his platform playing victim. I disagree with that. And L, what you said was spot on. So like I said, if anybody get a chance to clip this little segment right here, y'all go ahead and send it over Kwame Brown and see if he responds to it. Because if you want the whole context, whoever clipped that and sent that to Kwame Brown, clip the whole thing on what she was trying to say. Don't just give them a small sample size. Give them the whole thing. Whew, man.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
You attack me and don't even know me and then gonna tell me get some love in my life. Negro, I've been married for 21 years.
That's nasty.
I have
work
3
right
children and 4 grandchildren. Still blessed to have my mama here. I got my stepdaddy. I got my sisters. I come from a long line of love, and I have love here right in this community.
Exactly.
Sounds like you're the one that needs love.
That's well, beautifully spoken, El. Like I said, I want somebody to clip this and send this version over to him. And I agree with somebody in the chat about, Ryan Clark. They want Ryan Clark. El, they want Ryan Clark fired from ESPN for what he said.
It's ridiculous. Anytime that you have an opinion or a take that is different from the major narrative, then you're a sellout. Something wrong with you. You angry. You sound stupid. You need to lose your job.
Yeah.
You can like who you like, but facts are facts. We didn't make up. I have no problem with the initial foul. That's what she was supposed to do. It was the push in the back and then the walking off to leave your black teammates to deal with the aftermath.
Well, if you, El, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if it was on Gil's Arenas, on Gil's Arena. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but somebody was pissed off because I think to what you said, where was Angel Reese's teammates?
Mm-hmm. They were being held back by the Chicago coaching staff on the bench.
And then a lot of people,
there's a clip.
Yeah, a lot of people was pissed off because Aaliyah Boston grabbed Angel Reese. Why didn't you just go grab Caitlin Clark and push her away, which Caitlin walked away, but Aaliyah Boston could have got in front of her and got her out the way instead of grabbing Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Normally, I would let stuff like
Don't
that slide, but in
don't
the climate that we're in, mm-mm,
L
mm-mm.
L L L L. I totally agree with you on this aspect of what you did to protect yourself. But it goes back to the conversation we had last night when you called in.
Mm-hmm.
So just, I mean, it's, but these are just natural responses from us. You know what I'm saying? When you have somebody out there attacking your character or trying to slander your name, you just supposed to go hush.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing about it is, man, like major corporations and major networks and stuff like that, I don't think they understand that. Because you're in a situation where you're in the media space in YouTube and you're talking the game of basketball. And if you got people constantly trying to come after you and you just make mention to try to defend yourself, they always said the person that reacts gets the harsh consequences. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the agitator. It's always the person that responds.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's
I can't make this. I can't make
that.
this stuff up. Go ahead.
Here's the other side of I'll say this real quick. The other side of the coin is just as you feel Kwame, you feel like you're entitled to your opinion. Why can't I be entitled to mine? You don't have to like it. You don't even have to like the delivery. You could have chosen not to say nothing at all.
Yeah.
But you chose to clip it and put it on your show.
Yeah.
Out of context, talked about it out of context, and then proceeded to reprimand me.
And you know what? Another thing I will
It
say,
would have been better for you to say, sister, I don't know who you are, but if you hear this, if somebody knows her, please get her in touch with me so I can talk to her.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be doing for each other. But that's too much like right.
But you know what another thing, L, is? And I have to agree with what Bro Claude said.
What's that?
Oh, I knew this was going to start when the WNBA season started. I thought we was going to have a season where we can actually talk basketball and put all this other stuff aside, but I see it's not going to happen. The thing about it is we're going to have to deal with this another 44 games, guys. How many games this year? It's 44, 46. We got to deal with it for another 46 games, man. And that's the unfortunate thing.
And that's why I said what I said last night. Like, it's time out for the negativity. And, I know that this is negative, but I needed to approach it in this way because I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to address it, but I want to make our community aware of what's happening.
Yeah. Gotcha. But L, we can't knock you for your response though. That's what I'm saying. Like in a situation like that, that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? I felt that I was doing the right thing. But evidently it wasn't the right thing to do. Because you're dealing with everything outside of what, like you said, L, of the brand that you built. You dealing with everything outside of that and what's off camera.
That the people here know about. You gonna clip something, clip that I've been in here talking about. I'm on crutches right now. I've been on crutches a month and a half. January, I started chemotherapy. When I say I'm unproblematic and I'm for the people, those are not just words.
Yeah.
But you want to come at me. You don't even know me. You don't even know what my life is like outside of this space. You don't know what anybody's life is like outside of this space. But you want to attack me?
That's diabolical.
Because you don't like what I said about your favorite player?
Yeah. And that's
the problem that I have with some people is you can't be honest. You could see a thing right in your face, and you still refuse to be honest about it.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Shout out to Paige for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Paige said Kwame Brown has messed with the wrong woman. Yeah, he has. And I agree with Brooklyn. That was the crazy thing when who was that? Holly Rowe gave her the interview at the end of the third quarter, and she said the fact that it was a good take foul. It's a good take foul. The problem I have with that, when you talk about a good take foul, you up 13. Just concede to the layup. You up 13. A take foul. They either going to score the 2 points or go to the foul line and get the thing. And what happened was everything escalated from there.
Matter of fact, they were up 14.
Yeah. And then, but I don't like the interview that she got when she was talking, and everybody believes that. So me personally, I think the way Angel, when she was in the post-game press conference, she didn't want to deal with it. She said, it basketball play, let's move on. I think she wanted to say more, but because it was Angel Reese, I think she wasn't allowed to say more. Because that would have put more gasoline on the fire. And that's why I go back to what Ryan Clark said. Ryan Clark said everything the right way. Wow. And see, they only want to look at it from one side, L. They don't look at all the angles that the Indiana Pacers arena has to show what really transpired. You're only seeing it from the front version, but if you see the clip that's been floating around, and a lot of people saying, hey, okay, that's the reason why Angel got up, because she got pushed. The off arm in the back to push her down was egregious. If you're trying to make a play on the basketball, that's all fine and dandy, but the extra activity, because if it wasn't no extra activity, when they went to the replay, they never would have upgraded it to a flagrant foul. Because Secaucus, they have all the reviews that people don't want to see. And that goes back, and I have to bring this in here, L. That goes back to when Minnesota played the Lakers, and they changed the call and said LeBron fouled Anthony Edwards. And I saw a view on the replay that I've never seen before, was the bird's eye view of LeBron smacking Ant-Man's hand in the ball, and they upgraded it to a foul. I've never seen that view before. So what Secaucus sees, we don't see. They have every angle to prove why it was upgraded to a flagrant foul. And they got it right. So if it was a basketball play, why was it upgraded to a flagrant? If it was a take foul, why was it upgraded? Right. Does she know the definition of a take foul? A take foul meaning is when I'm coming down and I'm ahead of the pack and I try to stop you from going in because you're ahead of the pack. That's a take foul. Transition take foul. What she did was not no take foul.
Henry hit it on the head. Henry hit it on the head. That wasn't a take foul. It was a get back foul. And I'm okay with that, but on it. And it was.
That's
because
all
she
was.
thought she was complaining to the ref that Angel had pushed Natasha Howard in the back.
But did you see
when the ref didn't call it, then she decided she was going to take matters into her own.
Slow that. Okay, now I'm glad that you brought that up. Slow that frame down. When Angel did push her off, because Angel did push her off, but if you look how Caitlin Clark pointed to the referee, you didn't see that. The referee swallowed the whistle, and then what did Caitlin Clark do? She said, "I'm just gonna go over there and bully her."
And then everybody's accusing Angel of being a flopper.
That wasn't no
like
flop.
Number
man.
one,
everybody got their own interpretation.
That wasn't a flop. The girl has rods in her foot, her leg, her ankle. She's still dealing with a thumb wrist injury. Like that was just a dangerous move. Period. But her flopping, she tripped the child, pushed her down. Like how was that a flop? But again, because it's Angel Reese and it's Caitlin Clark, it's all going to be, explained away when it comes to Caitlin. And Angel is going to be villainized. And we're seeing it even today.
And the thing about it is,
so don't act like when I come and speak up for a young Black woman and I'm calling other Black women to the carpet. Yes, that's your teammate. But when do you draw the line? When does it become about more than money?
Yeah.
When does it become about values and principles and doing the right thing?
And the crazy thing about it is, if the thing I hate about Angel Reese is Angel Reese don't know how to fall and protect her body. So why would she
No.
even flop on that, knowing that she has a problem with the wrist and a problem with the hand? If she flopped, that could have really, because I've said this, Angel Reese does not know how to fall to protect that wrist. When she's falling backwards, she puts too much pressure on her wrists, right? When she hurt her
But that
wrist,
could have something to do with her the rods that she has.
I know,
too.
but what I'm saying is when she falls, she don't know how to protect herself. So why would you jeopardize yourself and flop like that? Anything could have happened in that flop. You see what I'm saying? So when she hurt her wrist the first time on a jump and she fell back when she was in the paint, the way she, you don't supposed to put all the bulk of your weight on your hands and your wrists, right? But some people just don't know how to fall. So why would Angel Reese flop and jeopardize getting herself hurt again, landing the wrong way? Come on, man. If you go back and look the way she fell, she got pushed down. So we'll move on. Man.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, El. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And El, like I'm gonna say this again. You ain't never been wrong. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hey, okay. Much love, El. Appreciate the call.
I love you.
All right.
I'm back in the chat.
All right, cool. All right, bro. And I will say this, chat. I did say this. Great call by El. I will say this, man. Just remember this, man. It's not the agitator, it's the reactor. Y'all process that for a minute. It's not the agitator, it's those that react that get penalized. Walking like I talk it, boy. Seem to amaze me. And everybody knows that what Kennedy Carter did to Caitlin Clark last year, it was just a welcome to the WNBA moment. And that's all it was. Nothing more, nothing less. But you had people out there talking about she committed a homicide. She committed murder. Now, remember that. Everybody that knows ball will know Kennedy Carter did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. A little hip check has been going on in the WNBA ever since it's been existed. They wanted to call the police, man. They wanted Kennedy Carter arrested. It was a welcome to the WNBA moment. Anybody that knows basketball, Kennedy Carter did nothing wrong. But nah, y'all wanted to make it more than what it was. And then y'all want to keep on with this narrative, and that's the reason why she ain't on no WNBA team now. Man, let's keep the same energy. And that was one of the reasons why I dropped the video on the flagrant foul in the first place, because I want to know if y'all was keeping that same energy. Man, Angel's reaction was not justified. Yeah, oh my goodness, man. That's your lack of knowledge, walking like I talk it. You have lack of knowledge for basketball. Because anytime somebody gets hard fouled, I don't care who it is, their natural response is to try to find out who the culprit was and go at them. That's why players get separated. It happens all the time. All the time. NBA. Guys get hard foul, they jump up and they want to go after the person that gave them the hard foul. That is crazy. Walk it like I talk it. Your knowledge for basketball is being exposed right now. Being exposed. Man, I can't believe it. but you was one that went on record that Kennedy Carter committed a crime. That she committed a crime. Everybody's natural reaction. Did you see the reaction that Shakira Austin and an old girl got into? The natural reaction was to get up in each other's face. That's a natural reaction. When I played basketball in high school, there's one particular play that stands out to this day, man. I was going in for a layup, and I got shoved out the air. And my natural response was to get up and go at that person. And what happened to me? I got thrown out the game. It is what it is. Man, it's diabolical, man. This is a crazy conversation, man. I don't know why this. Exactly. So everybody in the NBA is soft, walking like a talking. Is everybody in the NBA soft? Everybody that's been hard foul. So Draymond soft for running up on Rudy Gobert, putting him in the chokehold on a natural reaction? Is Isaiah Stewart soft for chasing after LeBron? After he got elbowed, that's a natural reaction. He saw blood and he chased LeBron all around that court. So is he soft? I ain't taking no more phone calls. I'm not taking no more phone calls. Phone lines have been deactivated. This is crazy. Was that you calling in, T. Carmelo? If that was you, call back. William, I'm not entertaining it no more. I'm not entertaining it no more. That I can't react, man. I got to get back to being KSAP, man. Oh, okay. Oh, that was you, King. I'm shutting the phone lines down, man. I apologize. Walk it like I talk it, man. Let's be for real. There's no way that Angel Reese was going to hit Caitlin Clark. There's no way. There was no way possible. These NBA basketball players and these WNBA basketball players, they selling wolf tickets when they out there between the lines, man. Ain't nobody going to square up and throw no blows. The only time you saw that was Chris Childs when he two-piece Kobe Bryant. But other than that, man, and the malice in the palace because the fans got involved. But ain't no way Angel Reese is gonna hit Caitlin Clark. Come on now, man. Man. Thank you, bro, Clark. She's not messing up the money, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Lady Jade. If it wasn't malicious, why didn't you just extend the hand to help her up and stay right there? You know what I'm saying? Wow. Walk it like I talk it, man. Unbelievable. Man, I don't understand what makes your. I don't understand what makes. I don't understand how you think. I really don't. I really don't. That's just basic instincts, man. Shout out to Dorothea Epps for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar.
She said, KSAP, keep speaking the truth. I appreciate that, Dorothea Epps. I can't I don't have threads. I can't pull that link up. I can't. I apologize. I can't pull that up. Threads, I don't have threads. It's making me do all this other stuff. I can't pull it up. Yeah. Every time you send a clip L on Instagram or something, I still can't pull it up because I don't have threads. It won't let me open the link. Whew. I can't, Smoke Junior. I can't. I don't have threads. It won't let me pull that up that you just sent, L. It won't let me pull it up. It won't let me play it because it says get threads. I don't have that, so it won't let me play. It's not playing that link at all. It won't let me play it, L. It's not letting me play it. So I apologize, Chad. It's not letting me play what L has sent me. Nah, King Pythes Nathan, I had shut the phone lines down. It's no nasty work toward nobody. It's not nasty work. I do apologize. I just shut the phone lines down. See, y'all can't. I just shut the phone lines down. See, y'all can't. Don't take that personal, man. I just shut the phone lines down, man. Man, walk it like I talk it. Leave it alone, please. Just leave it alone. You're making yourself look bad. Just leave it alone. Yeah, she looking crazy in these streets, man. Look, man, we're gonna shut this down, man. We're gonna shut this down, man. I don't know why when it gets toward the end of the show, people show their true colors. So that means, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about Tiffany and Company. We tomorrow's show, we gonna on the Full Court Trio, man, we're gonna have all this stuff because I'm gonna get a chance to go find all this stuff and present it in the show. Man, she wasn't gonna hit nobody. Yeah, so we'll have it all in the show. Man, I love y'all in the chat, man. But just remember, man, words of the night, man. Your reactions. Your reactions. But sometimes delayed but not denied. and you know what's crazy, y'all? Walk it like I talk it. She agrees with everything that Adriana Ross says. So that shows you a lot right there. Hey, like you said, ADP, peace be still, man. Peace be still. Man. Chat, man, y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Yeah, I see it. We're gonna put it to we're gonna have it in tomorrow's show, L. We're gonna put it in tomorrow's show, man. So y'all gotta come back at 9:00 for the full court trio. Keisha, is there any games tomorrow that y'all have to call? Let me know. Any games tomorrow? Cause Whew. Yeah, I mean, he said KSAP Quita done flipped the script not to down her, but she playing it safe with her followers, not to piss off CC fans. Man, all it's yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I was thinking about, around about the 8:30 mark instead of 9:00. Around about the 8:30 mark, if that works for Bro Claude, Duvall, and yourself. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Lot. Got a lot of things we need to talk about. But that's totally up to y'all guys, man. But I just want to let y'all know, man. Nah, I ain't switching up for nobody. I ain't switching up for nobody. But I will say this. Got to get back to being KSAP. I got to get back to the person that got me this far, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I got to get back to being me, the person that got me this far. That's all. But sometimes you got to keep things in house, and I won't talk about it too much, man. This is something that has to be worked out, and me and my wife are trying to work this out, because, like you said, being delayed doesn't mean you're denied. That's why I got the best wife in the world, man. The love and support she shows me to deal with y'all. I'm saying that out of just being funny. But the love and support that I got from my wife and my son, boy. Yeah. And I told my wife, I told her, when are you gonna make your appearance on the show? The chat wants to see you. My son's so caught up into this prize pick, he don't want to never come on camera. He'll never want to come on camera. My son will come in here while I'm doing a show, and he'll set off camera with the headphones on to hear what's going on the show. That's what my son do. So if y'all guys see me look up like this and talking, it's either my wife's peeping her head in here or my son's coming in here showing me something. But my son will walk off camera to go in the chair and put these headsets on and listen to the whole show. That's why he be hey, one thing y'all gotta know about my son, man. My son be going around the house. He be talking about Bro Claude, Sister Lakeisha, Bro Claude. And look, when the phone rings, it's a different kind of ring when they reach out to me. My son will be like, There go bro Claude and sister Lakeisha. There go bro Claude and sister Lakeisha. It's funny, man. It's real funny. Yeah. My son he's a character, man. But I tell you one thing, man. Look, my son will be a senior next year, man. So I'm hoping that, his senior year, he balls out. Man, it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be an emotional ride for me. It's gonna be an emotional ride, man. He's gonna be a senior, man. So this summer, it's gonna be a lot of things. Oh, he's 16. He'll be 17, July 24th. But he'll be a senior this year. And he got some letters from TCU and stuff like that. But it's going to be an emotional ride for me all summer long because me and my wife talked about it, man. It's like, man, do you realize our son going to be a senior? And now I know what Elle's been going through with the preparation of, getting her son, ready for, graduation pictures and stuff like that. Everything that's doing, it's gonna be a long ride for me all summer. And it's going to be emotional for me, man, when my son walk the stage, man, because I've watched my two daughters walk the stage. I watched my youngest daughter go to nursing school. I watched my youngest daughter graduate from Sam Houston State. I've watched it, but to have a son to do that, it means a lot, man. Sometimes when I sleep at night, man, I think about all the emotions that is going to be bottled up into me because I tell my son that he's my hero. I tell him that. So it's going to be an emotional one for me. And he wants to go in and major in sports journalism. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be so pissed off that my son don't want to come up and talk because y'all think I be talking sports. My son, he's a little different breed for a 16-year-old, man. He's a different breed, man. He's a different breed. Yeah. He's a different breed when it comes to sports, man. Sometimes I be like, man, how the hell you know that? My son is a stats guy. My son is a Baltimore Ravens fan, and his uncle is a Dallas Cowboys fan, my wife's brother. And this past year, oh man, they got into it over Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. It got to a point where my son got out of control and we had to calm my son down, man. But I sat back, I let it all fold because if you're going to start talking crazy to my son and my son start talking crazy back, knowing that he can't drop the F-bombs and the cuss words and stuff like that. But if you're cussing at my son just, he went back at it, man. Yeah. So my son, he's a little competitor. That's why when me and my son go out there and play basketball, I still tell him, and it'd be some kind of, sometimes I have my phone and I'll record, the action between me and him. And when I beat his ass, he don't want me to put it on the family chat. He always got to grab the phone and try to delete the video. Yeah. That's what it is, man. But yeah, L, it's a little different, man. So but sometimes, man, yeah, I got to suck it all up, man. Yeah, I got to suck it all up, man. Y'all know who that guy is right there? Y'all know who that guy is right there? Y'all tell me, if y'all know basketball, tell me who that guy is right there. Somebody help me out. Wody Mack, if you in the chat, if you know basketball, tell me who that is. Tell me who that guy is that K-Sap's with. Somebody said P. Diddy. Hell nah. Somebody said LeBron. Hell nah. Smush Parker. Thank you, Antoine Baker. Smush Parker. Fordham's finest, the Grim Reaper out of New York. Played alongside Kobe Bryant. Antoine Baker, you are the real MVP. You are the real MVP, Antoine Baker. I'm not, it wasn't for clout. It wasn't for clout, Gamble. I was asking people that knew basketball if they knew who that was. That's all. Oh, Antoine Baker, you're a Lakers fan, so you know. Yeah, that's all that was. It wasn't for clout. It wasn't for clout. I don't do nothing for clout. I don't do nothing for clout. But yeah. Laugh out loud. Sorry, Laker fan. He gave me nightmares. Smush Parker just didn't bow down to Kobe Bryant. That's all that was. People mad about that. That's all that is, man. That's all that is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all ain't got to be mad at that. Why y'all so mad at that? Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate everybody that joined in tonight. Hope y'all show up tomorrow for the 4-court trio. Yeah. I look like Lil Flip. Nah, man. Yeah, but I appreciate everybody that tuned in. What you say? Y'all getting some storms in Georgia? Yeah, we had storms the other day. But yeah, appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. I love y'all, man. Remember, man, say your prayers tonight, man. Say your prayers. And, you know, that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.
That's all, folks.